I don't know why you have to have every conversation on video.
That's what makes it a documentary.
Not about us getting lost. Making a documentary about a witch.
The announcement was made on Wednesday at the movie theater trade show CinemaCon.
Okay, come on.
Are being kept under wraps, but the film is being described as a new vision that will reintroduce the
Good morning
to a new generation. The original film about three filmmakers who disappear in the Maryland woods while making a documentary about the supposed Blair Witch was released in 1999. Aerosmith will restart their farewell tour this summer. The Rock and Roll Hall of Famers were forced to postpone the Peace Out tour after just 3 shows last year due to Steven Tyler's vocal injury. That's entertainment. Mark Mayfield, NBC News Radio.
Hey, sports fans. Weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Drive time. WQEE. Braves Country is a Southern with Matt McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country with Matt McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of The Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson.
Good morning. Sorry, everyone. I'm trying to get my poll question up.
This is the Make a Difference Minute
from the Mark White Show.
Marmac Real Estate has 8 offices throughout the state of Alabama. That includes Decatur, Hartselle, Coleman, Florence, Killen, Muscle Shoals, Orange Beach, and Dauphin Island. There are more than 140 agents throughout Alabama. You can easily reach one of those agents by going to marmac.us and tell them the Mark White Show sent you.
All right, good morning.
Let's make a difference.
Good morning, Pete. How you doing?
Of cooking.
You're the first one on the
Fallujah, Alabama.
I taught for 25 years, and I taught, well, the first place I ever taught was Crestmont Elementary School, and that is in Northport, Alabama. I was in my early 20s, and that was before they limited the classroom size. I had 5 reading groups, if that tells you anything,
Wow.
Second graders. And back then, you taught them everything. If they got it, you had to give it to them. There was a group of guys in my church that said,
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Ah, you're walking. We appreciate it. Oh, you was waiting. I thought you said you were walking. You were waiting. Awesome. Yes, that's time again. It's 15 minutes past the hour, and it's time for us to kick off your favorite radio show worldwide. Spit some flat earth stuff, please. No, thank you, but I appreciate you being with us. Let's kick it off. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of the most, the one, the only Ryan Neal. And of course, 50,000 plus if you're worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud across that RyanORadio media page, which is across Earth, Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. The RyanORadio media page on iHeartRadio and beyond. Also, we are across British Columbia, Isles of Canada. And finally, we're across the Jordan Communication and Family radio stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here at 99.1 FM, WQEE Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and true news. No, none of that false news or imaginary conspiracy theories here, because it's illegal to do that. Yes, it is. It's illegal not to pay your bills, too. But to all the haters out there, we got this to say to you. I am the man around here, whether they like it or not. 99.1 FM, WQEE the Key, home of Southern sports. It is inspirational hits. All right. Which country is the U.S. going to steal from next, says Mind Freeze, or Mind... No, not mine. Yes, there's no conspiracy theories out there, buddy. It's all imaginary. I tell it like it is. I know that some people live in their mom's basement. I don't think you do, but some people live in their mom's basement or something and come up with conspiracy theories to get out here and lie to wonderful people like you. You know, I'm not going to lie to you, brother. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to tell you that lizard people are real and that everybody's controlled by lizard people and all that stuff. It's just a bunch of selfish, rich people stealing from people, like you said. Matt Damon or Michael Jackson? Neither one. They both probably the same. You're not going to hear me take up for Hollywood. But you're not going to hear me take up for politicians either. Are they? I think that second guy's on the list. Hello, Rose Life. How you doing? Everybody's on our YouTube page as well. Like, subscribe, and share. We're about 18 minutes past the hour. Current conditions around the area we are holding at 66 degrees. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael the Crook can exterminate and lay the smack down for you. 99.1 FM WQEE to Key. We're the talk of Atlanta. We're the news talk of Atlanta. News, real news, not all this conspiracy theory stuff. Real news, inspirational talk, and Southern sports. That's right. Atlanta's very own 99.1 FM WQEE. And you're inside the RyanORadio Penitentiary. This is True Crime Thursday. Every day, if you're coming home for the first time, we have a theme every single day. We really do. We have a theme every day. Yesterday was Weird Wednesday. Today is True Crime Thursday. Our guest in the final period will be Elizabeth Sorrells. She and I are going to talk about another unsolved homicide in small town USA. Small town USA. So we'll get to that and we'll have some true crime stuff. We'll talk about Tony Khan's business model, which is, I'm mad at somebody, so I'm going to show something on TV. Yeah, no wonder the Jacksonville Jaguars is not doing so well. And finally, we'll get into some true crime this morning. Alabama man got mad at the attorney general because he's cleaning up the state of Alabama, boy. I don't know why back in the day, it used to be just like this. We could do whatever the hell we want to. But now, man, you know what? They won't let us do what we want to do. It's cancel culture. Yeah, he got threatened. Rose Life, thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate that. We got a lot of people on, guys. Like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube page. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Chad DayBell, the Doomsday cult leader. His first day, he's probably come out going, really, I just kind of did that to get into people's mind and use them. I really wanted this blind girl I've never had before because she looked a lot better than my wife. So I kind of got in her brain and told her that once that the spirits come out of the body, you become a zombie, and she believed me. We'll talk about his first day on trial. Like, subscribe, and connecting. I appreciate that, my brother. Good morning, USA. Hey, I should play that song from. I do a little Peter Griffin in one of them. I should use American Dad. That'd be cool. Ooh, maybe you need to get that cleaned up, my friend. If something in your room smells like cat, you know what. Thank you, Rose Life in vlog. I appreciate that. All right, we got a theme this morning. It's True Crime Thursday. And which of these killer women are the most dangerous? Casey Anthony, Jodi Arias, Lizzie Borden, and are either the Manson girls? Well, 40% of you say Casey Anthony, and I agree with you on that. We should be a little bit more because her own daughter died. She don't know how she died. Jodi Arias killed a boyfriend, which most women, that's probably why it's 0% right now. Be like, you know what? That son of a gun cheats on me. I'm going to take care of him too. So most of you probably felt for her. Lizzie Borden, 20%. We know the ups and downs of that story. And the Manson girls have got 40% of the vote so far. The three girls that went to jail. It requested a song, Day, My Country Too, today. All right. Bob's Burger and yep, American Dad. You want those theme songs on there? There you go. So which of those killer women are the most dangerous? Right now, Casey Anthony and the Manson girls are tied. Now, they're not all there now. Really and truly, none of these people were all there. Something happened to them that caused them to go a little crazy. But hey, I'm not going to tell you that. I don't want them coming after me. Well, the Manson girls, most of them are dead. And Jodi Arias, I wouldn't want her messing with me. Casey Anthony, she deserves it. She's free, living with the lawyer that helped her out. I think she got an OnlyFans page now. Ow! Did I put Casey Anthony down? Yes, I did. All right, let's jump into it at 23 minutes past the hour. Let's head over there to Alabama. The beautiful. Some of you in Alabama are tuned in this morning. Let's head to Alabama, the beautiful, and see what's going on as a man was arrested for taking an explosive device and having it right near the Alabama AG's office. Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall has been cleaning up Alabama. He's been arresting people taking money, mayors and sheriffs in small towns. He's been investigating into deaths and killings of African Americans from way back. He's been stepping it up, is what he's been doing. So some of those good old boys that live in those dark towns are like, don't be in here after dark. Not too happy with this. That boy's a Republican. He's supposed to be on our side. Yeah, he's supposed to be on our side. He's supposed to be on our side. An Alabama man has been arrested and charged with daunting an explosive device outside the Montgomery office of the state attorney general's office back in late February. Prosecutors say the suspect is Kyle Benjamin Douglas Calvert, 26, of Irondale, Alabama. His education level is a participation certificate known as a GED. He was arrested by law enforcement on Wednesday and indicted on federal charges of using explosive and possession of an unregistered destructive device. Did you know that you can register your destructive devices? Obviously, you can, because it says an unregistered destructive device. So if I go register it, I'll be all right, huh? I don't know. If convicted, look, I'm going to call him by his first name, Dougie. Kyle Benjamin. We're going to call him Benji. Benji. If convicted, Benji could face 5 to 20 years in prison. He made his first court appearance at 1:30 p.m. on Wednesday. It occurred outside the Attorney General's office. Steve Marshall, like I told you, February 24th, 3:34 a.m. No one was injured in the blast and no damage was done to the building. Wow. Some people dropping off. Well, I don't want you making fun of us. We have rights to kill people that we don't like. 1965 mindset, buddy. What's wrong with you, boy? Yeah, we know that most of the boomers, I'm in the Generation X, but most of the boomers, we know that go to church on Sunday, but sell methamphetamine and alcohol on Saturday nights. So, it's good. Just trying to survive because you're not going to let your wife work. Got to stay home with the kids so you can run around with your. Never mind. All right. Court documents unsealed Wednesday and obtained by NBC News state say that Benji held an anti-government beliefs and violence that he was against and he sought to get in the government. That's because he was doing something illegal, guys. Anytime these people really are sought against the government, hating this, that, and the other, they are anti-American, even though they claim to be the patriots. I bet you he claimed to be a patriot. I bet you did because he's from Alabama. I bet he was like, they're taking all our money. Yeah, they're taking all our taxes. You got that right. Because they're getting all that money back that they gave us back during the pandemic, and we're getting crapped on. Let's be honest. We all are. You put in for your this year, you put in for all of your taxes. You may have to pay a little more and everything. let's be honest. They're getting their money back on us. But that don't give us a right to want to like kill anybody. God from heaven out in California. Hello, Radio Man. How are you, my brother? I'm doing good. How about you, my brother? I appreciate you being with us. God bless you this morning, my friend. The arrest comes after Alabama law enforcement agency in late February called on the public to help identify the person of interest who now is believed to be Benji. We're just going to call him Benji. Seen in 9-second clip surveillance footage walking towards an empty street. Well, you know, Attorney General Garland in a statement said, thanks to the work of the FBI in our state and local law enforcement partners, this defendant has been held accountable for the alleged activity of explosive device outside the Attorney General's office. And I'm telling you, man, the reason they're going after this guy in Alabama, this Attorney General, he's a Republican, they expect him just to let them get away with things, he brought down the mayor of Lynette, Alabama for taking and using funds instead of building up that little community that's got a bunch of ragged out houses, okay, and still putting it back in the community and doing things. He's out there using the money to take his families on vacation, friends and family on vacation, let them drive vehicles that were owned by the, city. And some people, well, he did such a good job for the city. Then he hires crooked people to be up under him that will harass people. And then those people as soon as he was arrested, those people retired from their positions and a real decent person took over. Somebody, and look, Steve Marshall's office is investigating. And look, this ties to today's guest that's going to be on in the final period, Elizabeth Sorrells. She's in a community where unsolved homicides, smallest community in Alabama, but the highest rate of unsolved homicides, majority of them are African-American and women. And some of them are men that white men that didn't want to have anything to do with being hateful towards anybody. They were all dead. And nobody wants to hear the truth because that'd be like, man, one of them they're conspiracy theory people telling me that's lies, man. People would never do things. No, but it ties with Elizabeth, and we'll talk this morning about an update on a couple of stories that include an anniversary of a well-established gentleman in that community that was murdered, and a lot of people think it could be connected to someone who he was dating and her boyfriend at the time. So I don't know. She is sitting around with money down there. That's almost it. But he's been exposing all these people throughout the entire state, and he's made some big enemies. This Steve Marshall did. Some of you that are not Republican voters be like, oh man, I don't like him. But some of you that are Republican voters, you should be proud there's a Republican representative that's actually wanting to do right and go after people. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you guys. But the reality of this is I've known Steve. I've got to know Steve Marshall's office myself. Now, I'm not in Alabama, but I get to know as many of the attorney generals around different areas. But we are mainly focused in Georgia as far as station-wise, but this is a worldwide listening show, worldwide show. But the reality of it is this guy is doing his job. Now, I know a bunch of old boomers that are out making moonshine, and now they're 71 making methamphetamine will not like this guy because they're getting caught. They're not supposed to be getting caught. They're good guys. And somebody else is doing the same thing they're doing. If they don't look like them, they're a bad guy. So Rose Life, you could have left every one of your messages in there if you wanted to. No problem. But yeah, and people don't like it when somebody tells the truth. They don't. Tell me what I'm telling lies. You can't, because you can't handle the truth. People don't like it when you tell the truth. Yeah, I'll be there. I talked to him the other day. I'll be at Baker Bags today for sure. But the thing about it is That's how it is. Some people are dropping off. I don't want to hear the truth, man. I don't want to hear the truth, man. I don't like it. It makes me feel bad about who I am. I'm sitting in my dark room wanting to fight the government, and this guy says it's wrong. What's up? Hey, what's going on? We're going to take a break. Back here in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. We got continuing on this True Crime Thursday with true crime news stories and headline news that has to do with all true crime. Which of these killer women are the most dangerous? Casey Anthony, 38% of votes. Jodi Arias getting 25% votes. She killed her boyfriend, Travis Alexander. Casey Anthony supposedly killed her daughter, which most of us believe. Lizzie Borden, we already know her. She got 12% of the votes, 25% for Jodi Arias, and 25% of the Manson girls. That's right. They were dangerous as well. Which of these? It is a True Crime Thursday. We're doing true crime news. Coming up in the final period, Elizabeth Sorrells and I will talk about another unsolved homicide in small town USA, this time in Chambers County, Alabama. We'll get into that right after the break. You picked Jodi Arias. There you go. Thank you very much. Grinch, we appreciate you. You're not such a Grinch, my friend. You are welcome to be on the show here with us. Welcome to be in the feed. Back in a moment. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much. Pete says all of them. He says, I can't pick just one. I have to agree with you on that. Back in a moment.
Time for your active weather forecast brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodent critters or gooey things at all. Cloudy today with an occasional rain shower by the afternoon. Other showers are possible. High near 69. Winds southwest 10 to 20 miles per hour.
Jump into.
Beautiful sunny day tomorrow on Friday. High near 68.
They are on bags now, the Manson girls. One is going to be released soon. Yep. I think one of them died. One of them's dead. One of them's being released. But they're still dangerous. Just think that little old lady down the street. You gonna let your kids trick or treat at her house? Stay away from that house, kids. She's a former Manson girl. We don't want any of her candy. Yeah, 2 are dead. That's what I thought. 2 are dead. I know the one that's getting out. Just thinks she's gonna be living in the house. Nobody's gonna come trick or treating in her house. She might put something in your candy. That's what I thought, Grinch. I thought there was 2 of them, my friend. I appreciate that. You know, the coolest thing this morning is someone with the face with a YouTube Grinch is been the nicest person on here for. We got a lot of nice people. Ours do. The young people, once you cut up with them, they just stay on and have a good time. Usually it's the old people that get really mad. I think he was in his 70s when he died. I can look at it right now for you, Grinch. He died in 2017, 83 years old. You're middle-aged? Oh, so you're in your 20s. That's what we say, Grinch. If you remember D-Generation X, NWO, Nirvana, and Metallica back in the day, Guns N' Roses, then you're still young. We all still young up here. I wish everybody could be like that, Grinch. Welcome back into the RyanORadio Penitentiary. Come on out of the penalty box here. We got a shock therapy. Yeah, I'm around that age. There you go. Good. With you, you're cool. You're part of the Generation X that's sitting there going, what is wrong with the people before us? And we feel sorry for the kids behind us. Yes. Thank you, Grinch is in the generation. So he's going to understand some of what I say. Now, the young kids think it's cool because they've never heard it before, but welcome back into the penalty box, or out of the penalty box, RyanORadio Penitentiary. I got tickets to give away, guys. If you're in the Metro Atlanta areas in Noonan and beyond, I got tickets to the Columbus River Dragons to give out this weekend. You guys want River Dragons tickets? Call me at 770-347-9947, or you can shoot us an email at 99classicrock@gmail.com. I got River Dragons tickets to give away. And we didn't get a chance to look at we'll try to get the traffic going into next hour. Traffic's picking up a little bit heavier in the 8 o'clock hours than it does in the 7 o'clock hours, especially in my area. Traffic's picking up a little bit here, but there's no traffic issues on Jackson Street, as well as Bullsboro and Lower Fayetteville Road in the Metro Atlanta area of Noonan. Nothing going on down towards Hogansville or Grantville. So we'll get you updated on anything else that's going to be in. If you see something I don't see, call 770-347-9947. Wife wanted me to take an energy shot. Like I really need one. Tickets to give away to the Columbus River Dragons this weekend. Headline news. We're going to stay with our true crime news stories throughout the morning. But here's the thing. We always do an Israel at war update for you. And we leave it to your opinion when you read it for yourself. Israel warned Wednesday if Iran directly attacks Israel for the bombing of a Iranian building in Sarah. Get this right. An Iran building, Israel will strike back. That's what we should say. Tongue-tied, getting tongue-tied. If Iran attacks its territory, Israel will respond and attack Iran, says the foreign minister, Katz, on X. So there you go. That's some stuff that's going on. Also, let's see what else we got as far as Israel at war. Let's see. On Tuesday, they rejected accusers brought against Germany on Tuesday, firmly rejected being accused and accusers brought against them in the world court that they helped add and aid more to Israel, I would say that right, to help propel the genocide of the Palestinian people in Gaza. And Germany is denying that as we speak. So there you go. That's a few headline news for you. Grinch says, remember when we got a whipping? Laugh out loud. Nowadays, these kids slap their moms on television shows like the kids did on Jerry Springer. Yeah, that was acting on Jerry Springer. Now, when we get on here, we're getting paid a lot of money. And you're going to slap me on here. But when I get home, you slap me, I'm going to beat you or you know what. Yeah, our parents would let us slap them for money on television. All right, we'll keep it. Iran has vowed, ladies and gentlemen, Israel will be punished for bombing their building, their consultant building in Syria. Iran's top military commander warned Israel had committed suicide by hitting Iran's consultant building in Syria. There you go. Well, we'll keep you abreast of what's going on there. All the regular folks on all the low, everyday, regular folks in those areas, we pray for all of them on both sides, or in Iran, Israel, Palestine, all the local folks, because they're in the midst of all these military people fighting one another. So there you go. My mom would have murdered me. Yep. But she would have let you slap her on TV, Grinch, if they'd said, hey, we're going to pay you this much money. Be like, look, let's go have to pay some bills for a few months. All right, Grinch, you can slap me on TV. But when we get home, I'm on the way. I'll buy you a candy bar, but the rest is my money. Why? Because I let you hit me. All right, so that's what's going on in Israel, ladies and gentlemen. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on. Germany denying any help to Israel. Israel bombing a consultant building in Syria, and Iran says, we're going to get them back. This Iran-Israel war has been going on forever. So we just have to keep you abreast of what's going on. I'm not laughing at the war. I'm laughing at those that don't even know that this has been going on since biblical times. All right, we're going to take another break. 15 minutes away from the top of the hour. We are holding at 66 degrees. That's what it's saying. Your time and temperature brought to you in part by our friends at Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Active Pest Control, summer, winter, spring, fall. You and I know we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael and the crew can exterminate and lay the smack down for you. We appreciate them. They take care of my home, and they should take care of yours. More rain in the forecast throughout the day. Columbus River Dragons tickets. Make sure you get with me. You can see them for the fun. I'll tell you what, you get to see them this weekend, and we're going to send you to see them for the first playoff game. Come on, guys. I got tickets to give away. Back in a moment, ladies and germs. Stay with us. More on the way.
This day in labor history, the year was 1941.
Get rid of that one.
Today, the battle at Bethlehem began.
And that one until they
14,000 workers at Bethlehem Steel's Lackawanna Mill in Buffalo, New York, walked out on strike. The
Oh, hell no,
Lackawanna Committee, or SWAT, had been fighting to organize Little Steel for years. Little Steel was a general term that referred to the smaller mills like Republic, Inland, Bethlehem, and Youngstown Sheep, too. At Bethlehem, SWAT was still waiting for a decision from the U.S. Court of Appeals about the company union Bethlehem refused to give up in defiance of the Wagner Act. As a defense,
Oh, no. That's what I was looking for.
$5 billion worth of armament orders to fill, and yet they wouldn't even pay the legal minimum wage mandated for government contracts. Retired steelworker Mitchell Schaefer recalled in a 1991 interview, I went to work there in the late 30s, swinging a 20-pound sledgehammer to break iron billets. The 81-year-old continued by saying, I got 40 cents an hour, 6 days a week. No
Go Leaves, yes. Well, I don't know if you're probably not in the Atlanta market or the Georgia market, so but we will have tickets to playoffs for the Columbus River Dragons next weekend. But we got tickets to this weekend. They're giving away everything. They're giving free ice cream, shirts, and everything away this weekend. They're giving a big flat screen TV away.
Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Noonan. Same great taste.
Cool, okay. In Canada. Do you tune into the Rod Peterson Show? Weekdays from 12 to 2 p.m. It's on this radio station too, Grinch. RP is on weekdays from 12 to 2 noon, 12 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. So he's part of the family. Got the best sports lineup in the business.
With guests who are sharing their faith, business, and ministry.
Hi, this is Martin Sorrells, asking you to tune into Let Go, Let's Go.
I don't know how anybody gets shots.
Right here on WQEE.
I'll have that for 5 days, hopefully. They'll be like, that's not good, Ryan. I'm giving away tickets to the Columbus River Dragons on Saturday. Oh, you got to scram. Hopefully I didn't run you off. Hopefully I didn't run you off if you didn't like it. Sorry, Grinch. I got tickets to give away, Pete. All right, ladies and germs, tickets to the Columbus River Dragons this weekend. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you dropping in on our live stream this morning, Grinch. I appreciate it, brother. You from Canada. There we go. Morgan and Alice, David, and Michael up in Canada said, good morning, A, to you. That's what they're saying. Good morning. We got some listeners on the British Columbia Isles tuning in. I got tickets to the Columbus River Dragons this coming up weekend. You can win you could even have a chance to win a flat screen TV. Peace out, brother. If you want to go, let me know in the feed or anything. It's Saturday at 7:05 p.m. Will you be off in time to go, Pete? 7:05. Anybody wants to go see the River Dragons? We have free tickets. Woo! All right, a poll question this morning. Which of these killer women are the most dangerous? Casey Anthony, who was accused of killing her daughter, but she denied it and got off. Worked at Disney World or something like that. 38% of you say yes. Jodi Arias, who killed her boyfriend, Travis Alexander. 25% of you say that. Lizzie Borden, we all know she supposedly took an axe and smashed her parents in the head with it. 12% of you say she is. And the Manson girls, 25% of you, and we already know what those girls did for Charles Manson. So there you go. Pete says all of them. Most everybody's saying they feel like all of them, but right now Casey Anthony's the number one. And you know what? I feel like it's because it has to do with a child. We know that all of them are dangerous, evil women, but Casey Anthony's the most dangerous because she's still out on the streets, or as we would say in the South, street. All right, let's take a look at traffic right quick. This hour brought to you by Southern States Bank. Southern States Bank, making banking easier. Banking needs 20 Oak Hill Boulevard in Noonan. Lobby hours Monday through Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and 8 to 5 drive-through Monday through Friday. Banking for personal and business needs. Traffic light flashing into Cobb County, Memorial Drive and Hambrick Road. Obey the color to go in your direction up to 9:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Douglasville, a crash at I-20 near Fairburn Road. That's exit 37 in the left lane. Delays up to about 9:23 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. In Atlanta, a crash right off of I-75, 85 northbound. That rain is causing some accidents. Highway 166, exit 246, up to 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sandy Springs is a crash at I-285 eastbound near Riverside Drive. Cleared to the shoulder. Expect interloop delays, but that should be cleared up here in about, I'd say about 4 or 5 minutes. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a look at what's going on. No traffic issues on Bullsboro, Lower Fayetteville Road, or Popular Road. Jackson Street in front of the station looking all good. No, I didn't know he was there. Some of my listeners should have let me know. But I figure since he's running for office, he's probably going to come through there. Some people are probably happy to see him. I'm not going to put him down for that. You know, hey, like who you want to like. Chick-fil-A. Hey, at least he picked a good place to eat, right? Can't dog him for that. Hey, make fun of him all you want about the fast food, but Chick-fil-A is good. All right. No traffic issues on Jackson Street as well, heading towards Temple. All looking good there. We're going to go straight down the Interstate 85 southbound. Granville looking good as well as Hogansville. No traffic issues in LaGrange. Moody Ridge Road picking up a little bit, as well as New Franklin Road. Commerce Avenue backed up a tad bit because of the rain, but nothing going on. Be careful. Turn your lights on out there. Headed on down to Interstate 85 down to West Point. Get off the exit. Take a right. Yes, there's construction going on, but you still can utilize that roadway. You take a left, head towards Love's, gas yourself up, and get your Hardee's biscuit this morning. Continue on down 85 southbound into Alabama. Exit 79 is shut down for the next 3 to 6 months for construction. Hopefully it'll be sooner than that. You have to take exit 77 to get off in Valley and Lynette. In Casita, you get on further down. That's all looking good there. No major issues in Auburn, Opelika. That's what's going on. I have to take a look at that. I saw that in the news. I didn't know if that was a false news story or not, Pete, because, politics are becoming false. So I didn't want to say something to make people mad and go, oh, he wasn't, da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? So Pete, let us know that the former president visited Atlanta yesterday and ate at Chick-fil-A. He picked a good place to eat, guys. Whether you like him or not, he did. And he was there for the people that liked him. And don't get mad at your cousin because they liked him. Just like don't get mad at your other cousin because they voted for Biden. Let's don't fight. Okay, just go do what you need to do. Okay. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have a comedian on the show. He's going to be funny as all out. I'm pretty sure he'll probably bring up that the president came into town. Conservative comedian Jim Gossett joins us tomorrow morning in period number 2. And then we're going to have Warrior Defenders is going to talk about Sexual Assault Month in the final period with Warrior Defenders, our friend, the one, the only. Holly Reese joins us tomorrow morning. Today we go True Crime Thursday. We head into the true crime episode of the day. We're going to talk about the death of a well-known, respected businessman in the Chambers County area, unsolved homicide. Who did it? Somebody did it. That's where small town USA, where everybody knows your name. They know your mom and them, but they don't know who did it. We'll talk about that coming up with Elizabeth Sorrells, the author of The Birthday Bash, in the final period. Period number 2 underway next hour. More true crime news than you can shake a stick at. And our true crime poll question today up on the YouTube page is, which of these killer women are the most dangerous? Casey Anthony, she got 38% of the votes. She's leading right now. She's the one that was accused of murdering her daughter down in Florida and was released because there was not enough evidence. Ended up living with a lawyer, too. Jodi Arias, 25% of the votes, the woman that killed her boyfriend, Travis Alexander, who was a Mormon, who was like, well, he was just, messing around with her, but want to give him a good Mormon woman. Also, Lizzie Borden gets 12% of the votes. We already know what she did. She's well known in history, and kin to Randy Rocket Cody somehow, because Randy told us last week about that. And Manson Girls, 25% of the votes. So there you go. That's our true crime news story, our true crime poll question of the morning. My coffee is gone. Your coffee's gone. Why, Pete? What? I'm going to look that story up and tell everybody because I'm sure some of my listeners will be interested in that. And some won't, but it's news. So I'm not here to pick sides, so people don't need to be, do that. We'll talk about the former president being at Chick-fil-A. He picked a good place to eat now, whether you like him or not. I love some Chick-fil-A. My stepdaughter loves it. I mean, come on, that's all she ever gets. She don't even have one in her area. She drives. She gets it right if she gets off of work in the area that she works in and takes it home. Every morning she gets off of work, she does that. She's a nurse. All right, back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned in to RyanORadio Penitentiary. Let's see. Let me see if I got tickets to give away to the Columbus River Dragons hockey this weekend. They take on the Thunderbirds. 7:05 is puck drop time. All you got to do there is get by 6:30. They will be giving ice creams away about 6:30 right before it. So if you want to take the kids out, get them out there. We got tickets to give away this weekend and tickets to give away for next weekend as playoffs. The club is River Dragons. If you're in town in the Atlanta, Georgia market, Alabama market, all listening to us there, I got tickets to give away. 770-347-9947 or shoot us an email at 99classicrock@gmail.com.
Have signed pass rusher Josh Allen to a 5-year extension worth $150 million. Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers admitted to having dark thoughts in the immediate aftermath of his season-ending Achilles tear. And Dallas police have issued an arrest warrant for Chiefs wide receiver Rasheed Rice after he and another speeding driver caused a car accident that injured 4 people. Rice is facing 8 charges, including aggravated assault. In the NBA, Nikola Jokic had a game.
Yeah, I saw that on the internet, Pete, and I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know if it was true or not. Because I didn't want people to tell me, hey, they're lying. I'd rather I don't like, I don't like to put news on that I haven't read yet. I appreciate you letting me know. I'm going to look it up.
NBC News Radio on Michael Kastner. Tornadoes tore through Louisiana and Texas Wednesday. One ripped off roofs and took down power lines in Lake Charles, Louisiana, while one in Port Arthur, Texas.
You like the poll? Thank you. Thank you. It's True Crime Thursday, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We try to do something for everybody here. That's why I'm trying to make this show go viral, go worldwide.
Former President Donald Trump says he would not sign a national abortion ban into law if elected president. More from RyanShelander.
Trump was asked by reporters in Georgia Wednesday if he would sign a ban if it reached.
Okay, so he was in Georgia on Wednesday. That's what the news is saying. Okay.
An incredible achievement, but said abortion laws should be left up to the states to decide. The Biden campaign and its allies quickly dismissed Trump's comments, pointing to his record on abortion and claiming the former president.
Which event last night? That she did? Holly's always doing something.
The rescue of 3 men who were stranded on a deserted island in the Pacific. Coast Guard officials said the men from Micronesia were planning to fish in the waters near a tiny island over 100 miles away from the closest island. And the former interpreter for the Los Angeles Dodgers star Shohei Ohtani is reportedly negotiating following allegations of illegal gambling. Mark Mayfield with more.
According to the New York Times, Ipe Mizuhara is in negotiations to plead guilty to federal crimes in connection with his reported theft of millions.
It's funny. Some of those people probably didn't like him, but he walks into the Chick-fil-A and they're like, whoa, it's him. You know that's true.
Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
This on our news, I'm Tasha Stevens. Officials in Louisiana are assessing the damage from tornadoes following a line of severe storms that crossed the state early Wednesday. Storms ripped off roofs, partially collapsed some buildings, dumped close to 8 inches of rain on parts of the New Orleans area. North Louisiana received in excess of 10 inches of rain. West Louisiana Parish, northwest of Baton Rouge, sustained damage to a school following reports of tornadic activity. National Weather Service meteorologist Ashton Robinson Cook says the bad storms also hit Texas on Tuesday.
I guess so. I'm not really big on either of them, but if they like them. I picked Casey Anthony. She got, yes, Gail, that's what I said. I don't even have to finish what you're reading. I saw you get away with it, got away with it. I see it. I'm going to go ahead and finish it, though. I agree. She got away with killing her precious little girl and now is being out of prison. She's down there with her lawyer, by the way. You know that, right? She's living up in the house with him playing private investigator. What stops her from killing again? Who gets away and who gets in the way of her plans? Maybe her boyfriend. Have him sign everything over to her and then he dies mysteriously.
Boeing is facing a new set of allegations that describes.
But she wants to go out and party.
Times reports that a Boeing engineer tried to make the company construction shortcuts that compromise safety standards. Attorneys said the client was moved to a different project as a result of those concerns. This is SRN News.
Party. That's right, Gil. That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. Oh, one girl didn't have a smile on her face, be like, this son of a gun. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. She's a black widow. Well, she could become one, but right now she's a child murderer and got away with it. And her attorney was so good, he got her off. That's how sick it was.
Go to HomeAdvisor.com or download the free app to get started.
Her lawyer wouldn't be Mr. Sexy to her. She used him. She uses him. Used him. That's right. That's right. Well, give him a couple more years. We'll have a news report on him dying mysteriously, and they're looking into this. He went out one night and never returned. He walked into the ocean and never returned.
We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowboyforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location. Bring you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Newton.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of the Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE.
Are you guys ready for period number 2, season 2?
Because we make the listeners a part of the
Thank
show.
you, Gail. This is, I love this. I think that's why I knew Casey was going to be the number one because the rest of them are bad, but Casey did something to a child, which is majority of our society is like, majority of us poor folk don't like things done to kids. All them rich folks on the Epstein's list, all of them, even the ones that make you smile. Oh.
The views and opinions of this show and program
The views and opinions.
this station, its management, or its clientele.
Yeah. Tomorrow, the Civil War movie comes out this weekend. The Civil War movie comes out this weekend, and I'm going to watch it. Yeah! Sounds like a monster movie. That's fine. It's getting shared everywhere. Thank you very much. She was sitting in the morning home, but nobody wanted to listen. What kind of America? don't know. I never knew what kind of American I am. I'd be that smart aleck. Yeah. Civil War coming out tomorrow. God bless America. It's going to be something for you to think about. So we're preparing for Civil War on Friday. The movie, guys. Come on. All right, coming up this hour is True Crime Thursday, and we head into our final period with Elizabeth Sorrells, the author of The Birthday Bash. She'll join us in the final period. We'll be doing a little bit exploring and playing Homicide Hunter. Coming in this hour, we got some true crime for you. Some headline news out of the Atlanta area and D.C. area. We'll get you ready for a full weekend. I got tickets to the Columbus River Dragons this weekend. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of the most and one, the only Ryan Neal, and there you go. I am the game. 50,000 plus of you worldwide, all over the world on the Shoutcast saying this is the man around here. Also, we're on the RyanORadio media page. I am getting sent out to everything, 25 plus apps, including iHeartRadio, Amazon Prime, everywhere. I'm on Roku. I am on YouTube this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, worldwide, you are tuning in to RyanORadio Penitentiary. We're across, ladies and gentlemen, the British Columbia Isles of Canada, also 25 real radio stations, internet radio stations combined together to form the Navajo Nation's Earth Rock Radio. We're out there in New Mexico, Arizona, and we're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, ladies and gentlemen, and 99.1 FM, WQEE the key. To my haters, listen up. I am the man around here, and you are tuned into 99.1 FM WQEE Key in Atlanta. We're the talk of Atlanta. We're the home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, real news, and more. We're not going to get into anything except for true crime this morning, but we got some of your headline news. Good morning to Gail out there joining us from Tennessee. Gail says, good morning, Sue, Alice. She's calling the girls out first. Sweet Leaf Bob and the gang. Hi, guys. She forgot you, Pete. And she forgot that's a lot right there. Warrior Defender's got 100? Come on. She just started that page. She just started that page. That is awesome. She'll have up to 2K or something. I'll be like, can you put my show over there? In a couple of months, I'll be like, can we add my show to yours too? Anyway, Gil's Tim says good morning to you. You forgot his name. Bob says good morning. Rodney K says, well, she's this girl power, Yeah, I know. Girl power. If talk to Shane B, bop him with a broom, he's asking his friends text a thank you after his funeral he posted on Facebook. I'll get on to him. He don't need no funeral. He's still alive and well. Good morning, Navajo Nation from Pete. Pete says, Sweetly says, what's up? How you doing? Gail didn't even say hello to Sweetleaf this morning. I don't think. Yes, she did. Okay. Sweetleaf's like, we know you the big man. We know you the star there. Good morning to Diana in South Wales. She says everybody always forgets about her, but we haven't. Sarah Bear in New Zealand, good morning to you, or good overnight to you, or good afternoon to Diana, as well as good afternoon to Robert in Australia. And Kiko in Japan, getting ready to go to bed. It's nighttime there after 10 p.m. in Japan. Konnichiwa to her. And that's just to name a few fantastic people. Alice, Mike, and Dave up in Canada's on with us as well. And there's so many people on the Shoutcast. I'm just going to throw names out there. John, Sarah, Bob, John, Sarah, Bob, Samantha, Bobby, Robert, Tim. Well, I'm saying some of these other names. Ryan, whatever. So many different names, so many people. So somebody on there is getting their name shout out. Too many people on there to shout out anything. All right, 13 minutes past the hour. Currently, we're holding at 67 degrees, it's saying, in the metro Atlanta area. Time and temperature are 66, in the metro Atlanta area. Time and temperature are sponsored in part by our wonderful friends at Southern States Bank. Southern States Bank, making banking easier. 20 Oak Hill Boulevard in Noonan. Banking hours, 8 to 5, drive-through, Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4 p.m. in lobby hours. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, personal banking and business banking are fantastic with Southern States Bank out of Alabama, East Alabama, and West Georgia. Need a vacation? I do too. Gail is saying, hello, everyone. She doesn't have time to type everybody's name out. So she don't want you guys to feel bad. All right. It's True Crime Thursday. We'll dive into the final period with Elizabeth Sorrells. She and I are going to talk about another unsolved homicide. Actually, we're going to talk about Shamika Ray. And we got an anniversary, the death of a particular well-established individual in the Chambers County area that we're going to get into this morning. And I do know, I feel like a few people have done this. So we'll talk about that coming up in the final period. One of the smallest areas in the state of Alabama has one of the most unsolved homicides in the state. I guess it was like that fellow that went up to try to go after Steve Marshall. Hey, that boy's a punker. He's supposed to be on my side. No, that boy's doing his job, son. And he's going after crooks, and he don't care who they are. And if your grandpa's getting in trouble for selling methamphetamine or moonshine or something and been taking money from the city, whatever it is, hey, guess what, buddy boy? Benji's his name. Benji went after him. This guy, then you're going to get in trouble. Steve Marshall, I'm glad everything worked out for him. Good guy over there in Alabama. I got to speak to his office a couple of times. A very good guy. Hey, Pete, how's your queen? Is feeling better? No. Hey, Pete, hope your queen is feeling better. Best wishes to Andrew. Yes, she is. She's got to go back, check some things. You know how she is. She's got to get some things, keep up checks. So she's doing a lot better. All right. But we're going to talk about a few things going on in the true crime world. Which of these killer women are the most dangerous? That is our poll question this morning. Casey Anthony's got 36% of the votes right now. The Manson girls are tied with her with 36% of the votes. Jodi Arias has 18% of the votes. And Lizzie Borden keeps losing votes with 9% of the votes. So out of all of them, she's the most less dangerous. These women come from different times. It's True Crime Thursday, and I want to talk about killer women because I believe a killer woman is the one that took out the man that we're going to talk about in the final period. That's why it's that. All right, let's jump into it. Headline news this morning. I assume she is not on this morning, but she'll be with us tomorrow morning on Friday. Headline news. And I'm not going to give a derogatory name towards people who support the former president. I'm just going to say, hey, the former president, Donald Trump, was in Atlanta yesterday. And he was at the Atlanta Chick-fil-A on his way to a fundraiser. The former president, Donald Trump, went into Chick-fil-A restaurant in Vine City on Wednesday to help give some orders out and stuff. And he probably picked him up a good chicken sandwich. Talk bad about him going to McDonald's. That's right. McDonald's is bad. But come on, Chick-fil-A is good. I wanted some Chick-fil-A yesterday. I guess everybody was thinking about Chick-fil-A yesterday. Well, I'm hoping that this doesn't freeze us up when I'm trying to tell this news because this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen. My internet from wow, which is not wow, is trying to mess me up. Okay. Hopefully it don't freeze up. And you guys think that the internet is the future, right? Everything's going to be on the internet. Yeah, when our kids and grandkids, when our grandkids are smart enough to fix it. They're like, you know what? Our grandparents and our great-grandparents and our parents were too stupid to fix all this stuff. We've had to fix it in 2045. There's no slow internet anymore. Yeah, that 2-year-old that you got this playing on this tablet right now, that's going to be the one that fixes all this. All right, former President Donald Trump stopped in Atlanta's Chick-fil-A restaurant on his way to a fundraiser on Wednesday. Trump landed in Atlanta shortly before noon and then later traveled to the Chick-fil-A in Atlanta's Vine City neighborhood at 875 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. The former president and the 2024 Republican nominee for president spoke to the employees and customers at the restaurant, took pictures with guests and autographed hats. He ordered 30 milkshakes and gave them out to people in the restaurants. Man, I wish I'd have been there. I love the free milkshake. And if you got, and look, if you didn't like him and he still gave you a free milkshake, just take it. If you loved him, take a picture with him. And I'm seeing the picture of people there. Some of their faces are kind of like, Some of them are happy, but some are like, But that's just people's different opinions. And it's because the media keeps on pushing the narrative on both sides of the aisle to make all these people look even more detrimental and worse than they are. They're all rich people. They're all going, let me tell you, all of them are rich people. They all have done something bad. I mean, if a 71-year-old man who's living in a nice home is selling methamphetamine, you really going to get mad at all these representatives in Congress for doing things wrong when we're doing them in life wrong? Come on. And I'm not taking up for anybody. And I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just saying we have to stop judging if we're not going to judge ourselves first. But, and I'm not saying I'm for or against anybody. That's just I'm down the middle because that's what news people are supposed to be. Trump attended a fundraiser luncheon on Wednesday in Atlanta with hosts including a former Senator David Perdue, which was a big supporter of his, and Kelly Loeffler, who she did a pretty good job in her office and also then when Senator Warnock took over, he's doing a good job in her position. God, I'm talking good about both sides. What? That's what we got to start doing again. According to the flyer, the event was obtained by 11 Alive News. Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones also posted on X that he would be among the guests, or among the hosts, I should say. The former president is in Atlanta this week as he's filing an appeal against Judge Scott McAfee's rejection of his attempt to dismiss the 2020 election RICO case on First Amendment grounds. Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis filed in response with the Georgia Court of Appeals asking him to deny the appeal. So that's what that business is going on. We gave you a little bit of news there. And just want to let people know, there you go. You cooked last night. What'd you cook, Pete? The White House moves close to a gun show loophole with new rule. Now, to me, I'm going to tell you, gun show guys, they're more hardcore than just going and buying a gun from anywhere else. I'm telling you right now, they are. So somebody's not going to walk out of there unless it looks like somebody they know they can trust. First thing they do is like, let me see your gun license. That's the first thing they do because they are at gun shows selling guns. They are not under some kind of business. They don't want to get in trouble. So the first thing they do is let me make sure you're good. And they check it before they even show the guns to the people. Yeah, you can stand there and look at them, but let my guy over here look at it. So I don't know what this is, but I'm just saying that I'm telling you from someone who knows, lives in the South and how they are. And also I lived in Boulder City, where they had some of those gun shows and how they were. The White House, Boulder City, Nevada, by the way. The White House said Thursday that the Justice Department will implement a new rule that expands background checks by closing the so-called gun show loophole. The new rule requires all gun dealers selling weapons in a brick and mortar store to have a license and conduct background checks, which, from what I've heard, 98% of them do. I saw it personally. I worked with somebody who walked into a gun store. They knew the guy personally, but he still had to pull his license out. And he pulled his license out. They checked everything, his gun license and everything. And they called him out and hey, how you been doing? I saw it. I was selling insurance with a guy in Florida. They knew this. He says, I'm going to go in here and check some things out. We're going to stop in here first. We're taking a little break. We're going to go in here. And went in, and I saw exactly how to do it. So I'm just telling you firsthand some of the stuff I've seen, so that the news is getting you believing that they're just doing it. I'm just telling you what I saw firsthand. And I understand people's interest in guns not being sold to the wrong people. I understand that too. But I'm just telling you what I saw firsthand. President Joe Biden said that for years, unlicensed gun sellers have gotten around federal background checks requirements by using the loophole, selling weapons to thousands who are not eligible to have them otherwise. I spent hours with families who have lost loved ones in gun violence, said President Biden. They all have the same message. Do something today. My administration is taking action to make sure fewer guns are sold without background checks, which is a good thing. But like I said, most of the people I've been around, it's a requirement. They won't even let you walk in to a gun show without showing all your information. I mean, they'll say, okay, you can come in here, but you're not allowed to buy. You don't have a permit. You're not allowed to buy. You can walk around and look at things, but you're not allowed to buy. Telling you, I'm just telling you. So I don't know which part of the country they're doing. Maybe up north they're doing this, but the parts I've lived in, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, over in Boulder City, Nevada, places I've seen and heard, I've never seen anybody do anything that they weren't supposed to do. The new rule also clarifies that the license will be required for single sales, ending the practice of sellers using the loophole of selling a small number of guns or people claiming to purchase a part of their personal collections. And like I said, that sounds fine. I agree that they can do what they want to do. It's not going to affect the people that's already doing right. It really is not. So, and I tell people this all the time. When I do these news stories, I give both sides. All right, 25 minutes past the hour. We appreciate you tuning in to RyanORadio Penitentiary. This is RyanORadio Penitentiary. You are in lockdown with us on this True Crime Thursday. We'll talk with Elizabeth Sorrells coming up in the next period. She and I are going to talk about another unsolved homicide in small town USA. Other headline news you can read for yourself that I'm not going to get into too much this morning. Mississippi sheriff warns of levee breaking, tells residents to evacuate immediately. Floods always happen in them areas. Floods in Russia continue to move forward, continuing as anger swells over Putin's government response. In other words, he's not helping his people out. I thought he was a good guy, everybody. Thought Putin was a good guy. Thought he was a good guy. Huh? No, he's not. Israel threats Iran attack if it retaliates for bombing of a particular building consultant area. U.S.-Japan committed to new global military alliance. And Amanda Knox back on trial in Italy for a killing related to a murder charges back in 2007. We're going to have that this morning. I'm going to drop that one in here momentarily. That kick off our true crime news stories. And we're going to talk about cult killer, Doomsday cult killer this morning as well. Just to let you know a few little newsworthy notes that you need to know. Norfolk Southern reaches a $600 million settlement in East Palestine, Ohio for the spillage that happened in February of 2023 there. Oregon Lottery is working with the person who, in a process involved in the security measures, for them to make sure this is the winner before they announce the big winner. Texas DA proceeds with charges against 40 border wall rioters. The confirmation between the large group of migrants and members of the Texas Armed National Guard gained some interest as there was initially some fighting. So there you go. And finally this morning, Larry Wilcox, the grandfather of JJ, the son of Doomsday cult mom Lori Daybell, who was a child when he was murdered, and also his sister was murdered by her and her husband, Chad DayBell, said that it feels different in his court case than in Lori's. Yeah, because Lori is, good morning, Captain Hot Buns. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, because Lori is showing her crazy side, her conspiracy theory side, and Chad DayBell is just sitting there going, hell, I know I did wrong. I know I conned this woman. I know I conned everybody. I know that when I wrote this book about people being zombies and your spirit coming out of you becoming zombie, and that person has to be killed off because they're no longer who they are. They're a shell of themselves. And I'm trying to put the end times and the rapture with The Walking Dead. And he knew what he did was wrong because he was some kind of Mormon or something, ends up killing his wife. And, well, they haven't really proved it, but she did die around that time. And a few months later, he marries Lori. She goes to this conference. She's married to Lori Daybell's married 2 or 3 times. Her husband ends up dying because her brother, who is dead now, kills him in so-called self-defense. The father of JJ and the stepfather of the oldest of the daughter, they went missing. And yeah, I feel like it's different too. You know why I feel like it's different? We're going to find out that these cultists, these clickbaiters, these false conspiracy theorists, these people out there that have got people drug into their imaginary worlds are the ones that are destroying us. We joke all the time on this feed about the horse pills and the lizard people and everything, but people like this Daybell, he's showing that people know what they're doing when they're getting in people's minds. He's a speaker. He learned how, in public speaking, how to get people riled up. I could right now get people riled up. If I wanted to go on a rant, I could get people riled up on the left and the right by just taking the former president's name and either just going down on everything him and getting the people that like him so much really, really mad and angry, or go after the people that don't like the former president and say, hey, yeah, man, he's perfect and you're not. And it's just go into that's what the public speaking is. That's what most of your clickbaiters are doing online. That's what most of you. This case is good, should prove to our country. And I want you guys to watch this case closely because this man is going to admit what he did. This is why it's a different feel. This is why the grandfather feels like it's a different feel. He knows that the truth is going to come out on this guy. This guy's going to eventually say, yeah, he's going to say, she wanted to kill him. She went crazy. And if we hadn't did it, she'd have killed me. She poisoned my wife. He's going to blame her, but he's going to blame her mental health. Now, yeah, there's a lot of mental health issues across this country. People that use guns and kill people. There are people that do things. But the reality of it is, it's people like Chad DayBell that causes people with a little bit of problems in their lives to have it expand a little bit more. Okay? And we're not going to say it's a man over a woman and all that. No. It's none of that. I mean, that was back in the 60s, true. But the reality of it is you guys are going to see how public speakers can ignite the fire without doing a thing except for pushing your buttons. And look, let me tell you, and there's nothing wrong with free speech and journalism. And I'm behind people being journalists. I'm behind our local television stations because they do a great job. I'm behind people that try to do it on broadcast radio perfectly, but people that just hit that hot button all the time to get you angry at your neighbor because you're different, they're different than you, whether it's race, whether it's political, whether it's woman, man, whether it's straight and gay, whatever it is, whether it's I believe in God and you're an atheist, whatever, they hit hot buttons. And that's where I disagree with most of the media, and I disagree with all clickbait YouTubers, all clickbait preachers, all clickbait people that are podcasting. Look, it's not taking away people's freedom of speech. It's people like Chad DayBell that are getting out there causing all this. And I preach against it every single day because I've been in this business 20 years and I've seen it go downhill because used to people could listen to Rush Limbaugh and Al Franklin and there was never any violence in the street. I mean, a few little people did a few little things. Yeah. But 98% of everything, people are just like, I don't like it. They'd have a little argument. And then they go, all right, you ready to go out to dinner? Yeah, let's go out to dinner. Nowadays, we're having a movie coming out on Friday, Civil War. Some people think it's a prequel to reality. They're putting it out to let you think, hey, make you think this. If you go too far, things could happen. You could hurt somebody that you shouldn't hurt. But I really don't think we're ever going to have that. I really think that we're too much of an intelligent society to do that. Even the people that have a participation degree, GED, I think everybody's too smart for this. Okay. I just think it pushes people's hot buttons. And it's like, nobody, I'm sitting here. I don't have this. I don't have that. I'm trying to work hard. Man, Gaspar, I understand when people are pushing people's hot buttons. And no, politicians are supposed to do that. They've always done that. They've always said things. It's the when we report it, I should say, well, you know, so-and-so said so-and-so and so-and-so said so-and-so. Not, well, I tell you what, that so-and-so did wrong and this so-and-so did right. If you watch the media, CNN's villain is the guy on the other is the guy on the other channel's hero, or vice versa. Okay. And I think that if you watch, go to Court TV and watch this Chad DayBell and you see how he is acting and how he's kind of keeping his mouth shut, how they're presenting it to everybody, you're going to see that his public speaking, because he learned that he was a public speaker, he was an author of a book. When this Larry DayBell went out to Las Vegas, met him, fell in love with his teachings and started utilizing them amongst her life. On the Family Guy show, had a show about YouTube. Yes. Wow. But I'm just telling you guys, that's because Seth MacFarlane knows it's dangerous. Okay. People know that you can put jokes out there. Comedians like Cat Williams and Dave Chappelle and whoever else is out there, Gary Owens, all these different comedians, Kevin Hart, Jeff Foxworthy, they can make up jokes and it's funny, right? And we know it's jokes and picking. But the problem we have is you got so many people get on here and try to be so serious and they take these people's jokes and they take them to the extreme and then they go, I'm right. Well, we're all still here after Monday, unless the ones that believe that the rapture happened on Monday and they're still here, then obviously you got something to change about your life. Okay. The only thing that, you know, when you're spreading the lies and gossip like this and you're wondering why, and everybody's like, well, they're mad. And they're like, right, you're mad because you don't have a lot of people on the YouTube. You have a lot of people on the Facebook, not a YouTube watching. You have a lot of people listening worldwide. Well, it's because I'm not on here lying. Okay. I'm not telling these people what they want to hear. I'm not jumping into conspiracy theories that are lies. These people are just trying to make a buck off of somebody. God would just let the cancer come back in my body and kill me off if I was on here lying to you guys. Back in a moment. And like, that would be bad, wouldn't it? You think God would punish you? God would punish me if I was lying. Yeah. And then guys, everything I've been telling you, tell me if I'm telling lies. No, I've been telling the truth. I told about a lot of older generation out here messing people over. Now people are being arrested at 71 for selling meth and all this kind of stuff. Dude, come on. I've been telling you all these guys. I've been telling you what the media has been doing. Fox and CNN are trying to change their stuff back to being biased because News Nation's doing good being down the middle. The clickbait people are starting to lose stuff on YouTube and on the podcast. It's just the reality of it, ladies and gentlemen. You can't have lies. And that's another thing. Public speaking. Watch Chad DayBell, the Doomsday cult dad, stepdad, whatever you want. See how it is. You'll see it's going to come out that his public speaking and what he was writing influenced Laurie DayBell. And she wasn't all there anyway. She wasn't living the perfect life. I mean, she didn't have to work. She had a man paying all her bills. She had nothing to do all day. Her kids were at school. Instead of sitting around watching Bold and Beautiful like normal women, she wanted to get in there and read a book about zombies and their rapture mixed together. Back in a moment.
Fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Cloudy today with an occasional rain shower by the afternoon. Other showers are possible, high near 69. Wind southwest 10 to 20 miles per hour, 70% chance of showers. Partly cloudy skies will low near 48 tonight. Slight chance of rain showers through the evening. The winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Beautiful sunny day tomorrow on Friday. High near 68. West northwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Going into Friday night, clear, cool, low near 44. Northwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly sunny on Saturday with a high near 76. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear and cool with a low near 51 on Saturday night. And by Sunday, mostly sunny skies, high near 81 and a low near 54. That's your active weather forecast brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael the Crook can exterminate.
Really?
Smackdown for you. Active Pest
Really?
Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home. Offering both monthly and quarterly pest control services, plus specific services like bed bug, drilling roach, and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around.
Seriously, guys, watch this guy. Please don't tell me this thing's gonna right in the middle of my show. I'd risk start doing it in other shows because I'm tired of doing it during my show.
Chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-525-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston, CP Financial, your top local sale agents.
Listen to the Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge, Monday through Friday from 2 to 3 p.m. on WQEE 99.1 FM The Key. If you are a sports fan in Columbus, it doesn't get any more local than the Sports Beat. We cover Columbus River Dragons, Columbus Rapids, Columbus Lions, Columbus Chattahoochee, Columbus State Cougars and Lady Cougars, and all the high school football and basketball action in the Chattahoochee Valley. If you have a sports question or would like to be a guest, you could always message me on my Twitter page or Facebook page, Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge.
Hi, this is Art Soriano, asking you to tune into Let Go and Let God every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. right here on WQEE. We help those who are struggling with their faith or have doubts through discussion, inspirational stories, and contemporary Christian music. So tune in to Let Go and Let God Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. right here on WQEE.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of the 45's Affair radio show, where I play all vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Newton, Georgia.
Welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary, ladies and gentlemen, on a True Crime Thursday. We're about 20 minutes away from the top of the hour. Time and temperature this hour is 66 degrees in the Atlanta metro Atlanta area under cloudy skies. It's brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Newton. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael the Crook can exterminate and lay the smackdown just for you. I got tickets to the Columbus River Dragons to give away. Shoot us an email at 99classicrock @gmail.com. Tickets to this weekend, plus we got playoff tickets for next weekend. You have a chance to check out the River Dragons 2 weekends in a row. Come on, do it this Saturday. It's family friends night. It's fan appreciation night. And you're going to get some ice cream sandwiches from the River Dragons. Come on, baby. You got to want this. There's a lot of free, and you can have an opportunity to win a big screen TV so you can watch all your favorite hockey games, any other sports, and maybe even watch me on YouTube. I don't know. Shoot it out. Go ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Get out there. I've got tickets to the Columbus River Dragons in Columbus, Georgia. Shoot us an email at 99classicrock@gmail.com. Call me at 770-347-9947. Or come to the studios at 5.5 West Washington Street in Noonan. 5.5 West Washington Street in Noonan, and I'll give tickets. And if you got a group of people who don't come, I got plenty of tickets for you, so come on by. I know, Gail, you wish you could, but you're up in Tennessee, the Nashville Predator land. And we love the Predators here. We also love the Florida Panthers until we get our own team in Atlanta, which is really around the corner. All right, True Crime Thursday kicks off with some true crime news. A retrial of a murder suspect, a college student back in 2007 that they made a movie about on Lifetime, ladies and gentlemen. A retrial Wednesday got underway in Italy. This happened in Italy against Amanda Knox over the conviction of slander she received after she had wrongly accused a bar owner of the 2007 murder of her friend Meredith. Well, it's a friend of hers. I think it was a roommate or something. Carlos Vadivo says Knox, 36, had originally planned to attend the trial in Florence, Italy, but was busy taking care of 2 young children, one of whom was born recently. Knox had asked for the slander conviction to be reversed after the 2019 ruling by a European Court of Human Rights back in France, which determined that Knox's rights had been violated during a police questioning. That's what got her off. And I don't know if she did or didn't do it. I think it was a boyfriend that something that she killed. I can't remember. Oh, we're about to do this. Knox, who was 20 years old at the time, Meredith's murderer, had wrongly accused her ex-employee whom she worked for in Italy, and named also citizen Patrick, at carrying out the killing. Knox and her Italian boyfriend was convicted in 2008 of the murder of her friend Meredith, but served only 4 years of the 26 sentence before their sentences were overturned and Knox was extradited. Wow. An appeals court reheard the case in 2011, acquired, and the pair were actually acquitted after establishing DNA evidence by police was kind of messed with. Yeah, they didn't really know how to take DNA evidence in other countries. They're starting to do better now. Of course, many people feel Knox did murder this friend, her and her boyfriend, but it can't be proven, can it? It just cannot be proven. Wow. And that leads me into our question of the day. Which of these killer women, this is our poll question, which of these killer women are the most dangerous? Casey Anthony taking 33% of the votes. The Manson girls, one of them, which is still alive, about to be out, 33% of the votes. Jodi Arias, who killed her boyfriend, Travis Alexander, the Mormon kid, after he was sneaking around just doing some, having a little fun with her, and she was in love with him, get 25% of the votes. And Lizzie Borden, who'd have ever thought? Lizzie Borden, I guess you guys listened to our show last week with Randy Rocket Cody. Who'd have ever thought Lizzie Borden is only getting 8% of the votes which of these killer women was most dangerous? She has got the less of them all. Why? Because it never really was proven whether she did do it or not. Now, Casey Anthony got off with the death of her child, but many still feel she did do it. Your kid goes missing for several days and you don't report it. Mm-mm. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into this and everything. and talk about a few other true crime news stories before we take our next break. Polk County, Florida, a 22-year-old pre-med student who was once described as a genius and brilliant confessed to fatally stabbing his mother, an elementary school teacher, over 70 times. Saturday, April 6th, Emmanuel Manny Epazez drove from the University of Florida to Gainesville to his mother's house to attend an event for his grandfather. His mother, Elvira, invited him to stay with her while he was in town. Manny arrived at approximately 2 p.m., knocked on the door, came in, and began stabbing his mother the second she opened the door. Why? Why? He's just paying for him to go to college. No respect for parents. Thou shalt, it says right here, honor thy mother and thy father. That's not honoring. I mean, unless she was did something to him, but it wasn't proven that she touched him or anything. Old Manny, they showed that, of course, they shared the ring door footage of Manny standing at the door with a small knife hidden behind his back. He was wearing headphones listening to Jay-Z and Kanye West, a song called No Church in the Wild. See, that hip-hop music's bad for you. Maybe if it was listening to Morgan Wallen, he'd just come in, hey, I'm going to throw a chair at you, and start beating her up with a chair. See, that's the problem. If he'd have been listening to Metallica, he wouldn't have done anything to his mama. Oh! Just messed everybody's music taste up, didn't I? Right, don't pick up more music. Well, sorry. Anyway, Manny was studying to become a doctor, and he allegedly knew where to stab his mother multiple times from biology class. They said that he cut himself during stabbing and washed his hands and knife in the sink afterwards. Allegedly wanted to ask his mom for Neosporin, but didn't realize, guess what? She's dead. Hey, where's Neosporin at, Mom? Oh, I forgot I killed you. Durr. He was booked in the Polk County Jail on first-degree murder and destroying and tampering physical evidence, held without bond. He was a valedictorian with a 4.5 average, went to college to be a doctor. His mother, Elvira, was a mother of three, second-grade teacher at Ben Hill Griffin School and Forest Proof. Wow. Man, how sorry that is. He'll spend the rest of his life in jail killing his mother. What a loser. Oh, no, that hurt somebody's feelings. Oh, no, Ryan, don't hurt nobody's feelings. You're going to hurt somebody's feelings calling him a loser. Look, a lot of us don't get along with friends and family and relatives and parents and stuff, but you don't go and pull a knife on them and stab them, especially if they're taking care of you. I mean, she said she pushed him to be great. She helped him go to college. What's up with that? Yo, Ryan, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Now, what's up, BK, on the air? So he was listening to Jay-Z and Kanye West. If he'd have been listening to the stuff from back in the day, like, Bust a Move, just bust a move. Young MC or MC Hammer probably wouldn't have did that. That's right. Even listening to Snoop for Shizzle wouldn't have got you in trouble. BK on the air. Yo, what's up? We got more true crime news coming up for you here in just a few. And author extraordinaire of The Birthday Bash, a book about her brother's unsolved homicide, Elizabeth Sorrells, joins us in the final period. We have another unsolved homicide for you. I'm going to do a couple other newsworthy notes and back in a moment. Stay right there. More Rhino Radio Penitentiary on the way. I think BK said, yo, Ryan, because I was talking about that rap. He was messing with me. Wow, I didn't even get any sports this morning. Sorry about that. Well, I guess we'll drop that in tomorrow.
Charity in which 100% of money raised goes directly to children in need in our area. Cares for Kids helps fund local organizations like Angel's House, Coweta Casa, Elevate, and more. Help Cares for Kids reach their mission of serving 1 million children. Call 678-634-9770 today to learn more on how to be involved, or text K for K Noonan to 44321 to donate.
Shame on me, right?
Tune in Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 10:30 to listen to the Sustainable Brown Girl Radio Show, hosted by me, Ariel Green. Each week, we'll learn ways to be more sustainable in our everyday lives. We'll discuss exciting environmental news, ways to get involved locally, and we'll hear from women of color who are saving the planet in their own unique ways. Be sure to listen to the Sustainable Brown Girl Radio Show every Thursday.
Good morning, sunshine. Good morning, Cher.
Sports Talk, sports and entertainment radio show, weeknights at 8 p.m. Eastern, live only on WQEE 99.1 The Key, the heartbeat of Atlanta, Southern Talks, and sports. Tune in to Live and See Sports Talk weeknights at
This is Dave Scott, host of Spaced Out Radio. Come join us every night starting at midnight on WQEE 99.1 FM. Together, we will head down a path of mystery and unbelievable stories of people experiencing true tales of ghosts, UFOs, monsters from the finest storytellers we know. Tune in Spaced Out Radio nightly on WQEE 99.1 FM, where together, my friends, we own the night.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Commando of a 45's Affair radio show where I play all violent stories. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Cher in Iowa with us. We've got more on the way. True crime news for you. And we go inside the unsolved homicides. We're going to play Homicide Hunter next hour with our friend, the one, the only. That's right, Elizabeth Sorrells. She'll join us this morning in the final period. Tomorrow morning on the show, in the second period of play, Jim Gossett, comedian extraordinaire, will join us. He's got a big show coming up in Roswell on April 20th, next Saturday. We're going to have him on the show. We're going to talk with him. We're going to play some of his stuff. We're going to play some of his comedy. We're going to let him do his thing all during that 8 o'clock hour tomorrow morning, and we're going to have a good time with him. Also, tomorrow, we're going to have Holly Reese, Worried Offenders, will join us in the final period. She and I are going to talk about Sexual Assault Month this month, so that's all coming up for you. Hey, Cher, get your broom ready to bop Shane B. What? That blowing on the horn out there. There you go. I told you, Tom, yesterday they were blowing on the horn down the street. Good morning, Tom Callahan and crew over at the Columbus River Dragons. They got their final weekend ahead this weekend. They're giving a lot of giveaways, including a big flat screen TV. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Hold on a minute, please. They're giving away a big flat screen television this weekend with the Columbus River Dragons. We got tickets to give away to the River Dragons taking on the Carolina Thunderbirds. That is their rivals. So come on, River Dragons fans, shoot us an email at 99classicrock@gmail.com. You can be part of the Columbus River Dragons. Get some, man, I'll tell you what, my favorite part is going to be them ice cream sandwiches. Oh, my God. They're giving away free ice cream sandwiches, T-shirts, and everything. All right, one more time before we head into our next period of play. Which of these killer women are the most dangerous? Casey Anthony got 31% of the votes. She's going down, accused of course, and mistrial, of course, of her murder of her child. 23% of you say Jodi Arias, who took out her boyfriend, Travis Alexander, the Mormon, who was all good man suffering between the sheets. Lizzie Borden, 8% of the votes. Obviously, I know my listeners are tuning into the show because Randy gave a little information last week on that. And now the Manson girls are leading ahead with 38% of the votes. Which of these killer women are the most dangerous? Let us know before the end of the top of the hour. All right, we're going to take a break. Back in a moment, our good friend Elizabeth Sorrells, straight ahead. Good morning.
Morning.
How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I could have slept in a little longer because I love sleeping in the rain. But I also love talking to you, so there you go.
There you go. Well, I got a question.
Okay.
For you. Does anybody in your neck of the woods want to go see the Columbus River Dragons hockey this weekend for free?
I don't know anybody.
What?
I know, right?
Everybody, I'm offering all my clients at first and everything shot at it. I've got people sending me messages. A lot of people want to go see them in my area, but I know a lot of people down there that like them, but they probably don't want to get them from me since I talk bad about their family for killing people. Because we talk bad about their family for killing people.
They shouldn't do that, but sometimes emotions gets the best of them. And
Oh, that's my cousin Leroy. It's fine for cousin Leroy to kill somebody. It's different than him.
you know what? He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. Just because he killed that person don't mean he ain't good. They should have been walking up the street trying to go to the grocery store, walking past his house.
Exactly. I mean, seriously, why was that victim walking around with the purse anyway? I mean, seriously, asking for it. So,
Well, I'm just,
out there doing
look.
something at nighttime with a purse. What do you expect from it?
Look. You know that things are, things are being done in Alabama when the state attorney general's office gets a bomb threat and it goes off at 3:00 in the morning.
Wow. Well,
Yeah. Steve Marshall's office, nobody was there, but some guy from Irondale, Alabama, some 26-year-old guy set off a pipe type bomb at his office.
Okay. Well,
Last month.
Make a whole lot of good friends going after enemies, So.
Yeah. Well, you're not gonna make friends going after the people that are wrong.
You didn't figure that out from the day one. Uh-oh. You're in the wrong business. So, yeah,
He don't care. He's powerful. I mean, he don't care. He knew he'd have somebody threaten him, but to me, those people want to act like that they're good people and they have a right to do that because they're mad at somebody. And the thing about it is what gets me is they're mad at him because he's not letting them get away with it because, well, I voted him in. Yeah. Well, just because he's a Republican don't mean he's a racist.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's getting to, I'll be so glad if just Republicans and Democrats just went off the earth together.
Well, it's not there.
Both of them. Can we
Look,
start over?
you know what it is?
Can we just start over?
You know what it is? It's not them. They're just doing what they do, have always done. It's the false media on YouTube. It's the false clickbait media. It's the false conspiracy theorists. It's all the people that's coming into my business doing things and getting likes and shares by telling lies and hurting people and dividing people. Because really and truly, when I focus on bringing everybody on my show that's got different opinions, not one person I hear that comes on this show wants to hurt somebody that's different than them. Not one person do I know that I know personally that have different points of view and different political views want to hurt somebody different than them. So I know that it's the clickbait people that's doing it. So,
Even though I have every reason in the world to retaliate, to seek revenge, and I mean, he can't breathe, so why can you breathe? That's why I went to therapy, just to find out what was wrong with me.
Right. Well, your brother was killed.
They didn't have the reason to do it. They did.
That's different.
I feel like I have the justifiable reason.
Look.
That I still can't do it.
Right. Well, I understand what you're saying, but your brother was murdered. That's a different situation. Somebody didn't just come to your house and get mad at you because you and them disagree politically, and you want to kill them for that.
I mean, I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
you don't even know rage or anger. You're down here like a worm. I'm up here like an eagle. I have perspective of reality.
Well, I'm just saying that there's a different situation.
In trying to hurt people because you're mad at them, I don't have tolerance for
look,
that. I have every reason, but I would never hurt. And then even when my enemies do get hurt, it hurts me.
See, you're a good person.
My brother got murdered.
you're a good person and you got God with you, and that's the way it's supposed to be. And 99% of our society has feelings and morals because we're all humans, and we don't want to see somebody else hurt, even if we don't like them. We really don't.
You know,
Man, I want to see one person hurt, and it's not a politician. So, and it's not police officers, it's not anybody. It's not it's just somebody I don't like, and I have to pray every day that I want that person. I have to pray every day that I'm not derogatory towards it. There's just one person, and it has nothing to do with anything that I do on a daily basis or coming on the radio or anything to do with that. Or, you know, I have no hate for anybody. I don't dislike either one of the presidential candidates. I don't wish death upon them or their families. I don't wish death upon anybody in the White House that I disagree with.
None of them. No,
I don't.
That's not right. That's just not how. I don't know.
I don't wish death upon somebody who don't understand what's going on. I think it's my duty to explain things. It's just my duty to do what I'm supposed to do and everything. But anyway,
I've been given the podium to do so, and that's not by accident. That's by divine choice. So,
well, I appreciate that.
You know,
We just got to keep the money rolling in here so that I can keep making a living.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And everything. So, but anyway, I'm glad we're talking about these stories this morning. It's a good thing to bring up two different types of stories to show people that two people from different spectrums of the life. One that had a family that was just working class family, and one that had a lot. Both were murdered. I think this is a good choice to do both of them this morning.
I felt bad about not doing Mika in January and Elizabeth, and then this month is, Dwayne.
Well, I think it's good to do both. I think it's good to do both. I think it's good.
I agree. I mean, if we run into got more time, then I'd mention one more little one that's been installed since 2021. But I don't have much. There's not much to say about it, other than it's still installed and his family is still grieving terribly.
Right.
From his mother and parents, sisters, siblings, and children. So, but and so does Dwayne. Shamika, I don't know. I know she has a lot of love her, but I'm also trying to apply a little pressure.
Well, we're gonna keep on talking about her.
I don't think we're gonna get Dwayne Anson's story.
No, we might not get him, but we're gonna get Shamika's gonna get solved.
I feel like it. We keep pressuring it.
Yep.
The killer is the one that's under the pressure. And so
yeah, we're gonna get her solved. It's gonna happen. She's gonna get her day, and her family's gonna get their day, and we're gonna keep doing that because that's what this true crime is. Just like the girl comes on next week, does similar to you, but she does it like in the rest of the country, Minnesota, all over the country, all over the world. She does similar things. So I'm not on my true crime. No, we're not talking about Ted Bundy. We're talking about all the victims. So I think that's the thing. So
I might do that baby Jane Doe that they found, who she belonged to not too long ago. But I was following her case from Lee County, Opelika when I found that.
All right, we're getting ready to go on. Here we go. Got to play a promo. It's the final period of play, ladies and gentlemen, and that movie's coming out tomorrow. We're preparing for it. We'll talk about it on tomorrow's show, plus 2 great guests. But this hour, we're going to jump right into it. It's True Crime Thursday. We've been talking about it all morning, and we're going to dive into it. That's why we're getting into it a little early. Our special guest is coming in just a few moments. We've got her on the phone. We're ready to talk unsolved homicides in small town USA next. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. You're in lockdown with yours truly, Ryan O'Neal, of course. And you got that right, ladies and gentlemen. I am the game. 50,000 plus of you know that because you listen on the Shoutcast. We're all over the RyanORadio media page, which gets us on 25 different apps, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Prime. 25 radio stations, internet, and real on the Navajo Nation through Earth Rock Radio, including Arizona and New Mexico, part of that listening audience. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, All of our Canadian friends are with us this morning. And we're across the Jordan Communication and Family radio stations, East Alabama, West Georgia. Here at 99.1 FM, WQEE The Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and real headline news. That's right. We are on True Crime Thursday. And to my haters, hey, tell them what I got to think about that, Triple H. Whether they like it or not, I am the man around here, and I've been proving that I'm a man around here for 7+ years on this radio dial and been doing radio for a number of years. So laying the smack down on every other radio show and wannabe YouTuber and podcaster out there. That is true. All right, we're going to dive into our true crime episode today. But first, I want to give this once again. Which of these killer women are the most dangerous? Casey Anthony, 31% of the votes. Joni Aries, 23% of the votes. The Manson girls getting 38% of the votes. And Lizzie Borden, I guess you listened last week to Randy Rocket Cody, only 8% of you feel like she was dangerous. We appreciate you guys being with us. And our guest this morning, she is the author of the book, The Birthday Bash. It is a book about her brother's unsolved homicide in small town USA, where everybody knows your name. They know your mom and them, but they don't know who did it. Please welcome our guest, as always, the one, the only, the homicide hunter herself, Elizabeth Sorrells. Good morning.
Good morning, Ryan. Good morning.
I hope you're doing good on this Thursday morning.
I am. I'm sitting here watching it rain.
I see a lot of people do love the rain. A lot of people are like, hey, I could just sleep in and just, open the windows and put a fan in the window. In the South, it's like, put a fan in the window, open the windows and let it blow in there. It's a Southern thing. So.
I'm saying that as soon as I can, I'm going to open the windows. So, yeah.
It's a Southern thing, yes.
Why have windows if you can't open them? I mean, really. See out of them's one thing, but sometimes you need to breathe out of them too. So.
Yeah, and air the house out a little bit because it always stinks. Cher in Iowa says it's sunny there, but it's always sunny in Philadelphia. And I'm just kidding. That's Iowa. Anyway, we're going to dive into it this morning. We got 2 cases we're going to talk about, and it's going to go from one side to the other. It's going to be going from a working class family to and the missing daughter of a working class family to a well-established, well-respected business person. That 2 extremes of the personality, 2 extremes of life that both have unsolved homicides that we're going to talk about this morning. So we're going to kick it off with the young lady that we keep doing everything for. And we're going to keep talking about Shamika Denise Ray. This young lady, we're going to keep talking about her till we find that person that took out this young lady and they are punished to the extreme. Let's go ahead and get into it this morning. We're going to kick it off with her.
Yeah, 11-year-old Shamika had her whole life ahead of her. I mean, she obviously could not have ever done anything in 11 short years to justify for anything.
No.
I don't care if she was 38.
Nope.
But she
Nobody.
Right now, 36, if she had lived.
Wow.
I don't think even then, no one should have the right to whack a girl up in the head and take her life from her.
Nope.
And then throw Okay.
Nope.
On Wednesday night, January 27th, 1999, 25 years ago, Shamika was said to have told her family good night around 9:30 p.m. and went to bed. It was the last time anyone ever saw her alive again, except for the killer or killers. The next morning, Thursday, her mother discovered her daughter was missing. Her father began searching, and a report was made to the Lee County Sheriff's Department of her missing around 7 a.m. The initial belief was Shamika had run away from home. There was no sign of foul play in the house or outside, and no indications that she'd been taken from the home. The home was located on Highway 29 in Lee County. It was a small, 1,000-square-foot, 5-room house, and she shared with her father, her mother, and her older sister. Friday afternoon, January 29th, around 2 p.m., within the neighboring Chambers County, a school bus was traveling down Judge Brown Road, located in Valley, when some of the children noticed something suspicious laying over in the ditch.
Right.
And made such a fuss about it that the driver pulled alongside the road to get out and investigate it, and discovered a little girl's body. Shamika had been found. Immediately, the Valley Police Department was on the scene, doing it all. Chambers County Sheriff's Department also responded, and they began an extensive joint investigation along with Lee County authorities and the Alabama State Forensic Team. Chambers County coroner ruled Shamika's death a homicide. She had a severe blunt force trauma to her head. The little girl had not been sexually assaulted, though, in any way. She was dressed in the same clothes that she'd worn at Beulah Elementary School on Wednesday, the last day she attended. A gray t-shirt, blue jeans. She had on her Orlando starter jacket. This has raised an issue with me because why she dressed in her school clothes and jacket saying goodnight to her family? Okay. Now, it's just me. Sorry, that's just my opinion. Whoa, there's a red flag there.
Right.
Established as to why this happened. I mean, did she make someone mad? I mean, I don't know. I couldn't find a motive. A statement was made by the Chambers County Sheriff's Department. We don't know at this point where it happened or what happened. Few and sketchy details. It was speculated she had been thrown out Wednesday night to the very early Thursday morning. That meant Shamika's body had already been in the ditch before she was being reported missing. She'd laid there 24 to 36 hours before being noticed. Saturday, Shamika's father identified his daughter's remains with photos taken at the crime scene. Lindsey Frazier, her father, would publicly comment to the Columbus Ledger-Inquirer, "I've seen those pictures of what they did, and it was unjust. It was uncalled for. She's a small girl. If they did anything against me, they should have confronted me, not my child. Not my child."
Right.
He didn't, nor has he ever elaborated further. Though he has. I'm going to stomp my foot on it. He has. And it's near about the only one that I hear of who has continued through this last 25 years to pursue his daughter's killer or killers. Shamika was a small girl, 4 feet, 7 inches, just 60 pounds. She had a giant, wide smile. She loved to play basketball and loved to read. She's a 6th grade student, and her teacher shared her favorite memories of the vivacious girl. My favorite memory is that she loved to read. She'd save her money in order to purchase Junie B. Jones books. Shamika was a leader among her friends and was quite an enthusiastic student. Like I said, Shamika would be 36 years old if she had been given the opportunity to have a life.
Wow.
The Beulah, we don't know what this child could have accomplished or what could have set out and done, how many children she might have had. Her father would have access to his daughter, hugging her and loving her. But the Beulah Elementary School they built a new school, but they put a permanent visible memorial. As the tree was planted and a memorial plaque was affixed with Shamika's name on it. So, I have questions, as I usually do, on everything. So
let's do it.
That's to stay alive. Number one, last
Okay.
At 9:30 p.m. But why would she still be in her school clothes? What family? Her mother? Her sister? Her father was at work. It's a small home, so you'd assume her exiting would have been seen or heard. Like the police said, sketchy details. No clear answers or truth. Rumor was the house was full of people, though, and Shamika was wide awake still at 11:30 to midnight.
Right.
Number 2, motive. None. But examining the means of her murder, you look at blunt force trauma murders, it could mean it's evidence of someone close to her.
Right.
It's such a damage typically done to a victim's face or head. It's usually a close relationship, domestic. 80% of murders are domestic.
True.
Spontaneous, it seems, foul, anger, not premeditated.
Right.
It's a mistake, Yeah, well, a mistake isn't calling 911 and taking the baby and told her it's that, it's all a mistake.
It is all a mistake. You're correct.
I can't see it being premeditated, but I do see it being close. Weapons, never revealed. But maybe whatever was handy to smack the small girl in the head with enough force to kill her just about instantly. Accidentally, but instantly. Crime scene, other than her home and the dump site and the condition of her body, it's not known where she was attacked, nor what vehicle transported her 6 miles away into another county. What is known? She was not kidnapped, not sexually assaulted, nor is it random. She was dumped, tossed to a ditch, which is not concealed or hidden in any way, on a well-traveled road. Whoever killed her wanted her to be found, which is contrary to most homicides where the killer tries to bury or hide the crime. More than likely, Shamika knew her killer instantly. More than likely, her murder was motivated by something stupid, yet with enough passion and anger that it becomes spontaneous, not premeditated, a vicious accident or mistake, sown within her 11-year-old circle of family and friends. It has to absolutely haunt the killer to this day, and any accomplice who helped transport her to a ditch, which sounds sloppy.
Yes.
Someone just trying to get rid of it,
Disgusting.
It's a complicated case. Only the killer or killers know the full truth. I do know that Chambers investigators know more than they're ever going to publicly. It's going to be known, which is normal because a lot of evidence is absent from that case. So it just tells me they have things that they know, but if it's revealed, they can lose their case. So I don't think they've given up. I don't think we've given up in this community. I pray no one gives up on getting this child some justice. My daughters are her age. I have one older than her and one younger. So at that time, my children were in school here in Chambers County. And it was disruptive. When an 11-year-old baby's in the ditch, like a bag of garbage, it's upsetting when you're looking at 2 girls that are the age of her, and then watch those girls grow up.
Yep.
And Shamika didn't get to. So her killers
still out there.
If anything else, they need to get themselves some peace, give this community some peace, and let's get this little baby a peace.
It definitely is. It definitely is.
No one's at peace with 11-year-olds being tossed in ditches in my county, I guess. I don't think I know of any county in the country. So this child, I'm going to keep on her. I don't feel like I'll ever have the ability to stop trying to talk about her, say her name. And
we're always going to say her name.
Care for this family, and especially her father. Her mother has recently passed, and so.
Oh Lord.
I'm praying that her father can get some justice, and her family. There are family members who love her and want justice for her too. So.
Yes, definitely so. 22 minutes past the hour, guys. We're holding at about 67 degrees in the Metro Atlanta area. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. We're going to get ready to take a break. When we come back, we're going to dive into our second case this morning in just a few moments. We're going to keep saying Shamika his name over and over, and we're going to keep talking about it on this show, because the thing about it is we've got to get some rest in peace. We got to get some resolutions to these cases while people are just letting them sit around. And another big thing is Attorney General Steve Marshall is working diligently. His office is taking care of things like this throughout the state. And yeah, people are violently going after him, just like we told you earlier in the first hour about a man named Benji, a 26-year-old man from Irondale, Alabama, who set up a pipe bomb off on his office at 3 o'clock in the morning because, of course, he probably wanted revenge on him because somebody in his family got in trouble for doing wrong. And look, a lot of these boomers, I'm sorry to say this, they were doing wrong forever. While they're telling you you're being lazy, they're out there working the job and doing something illegal and doing all this. And people are parked. And to me, I feel like this young lady was probably killed because of her race, first and foremost. Somebody knew something. She knew something that she saw something she shouldn't have saw. I mean, this is just not, we've got to find out why a child was murdered for no apparent reason in a county, in the area where people just don't care, because this child was thrown out in a ditch like garbage and had to be by someone who was hateful and evil. And that's just the truth. We're going to be back here in a moment with our good friend Elizabeth Sorrells, the author of The Birthday Bash. She is going to be with us. We're going to talk about our second story, which is an April unsolved homicide. And we're going to play more Homicide Hunter this morning with Elizabeth Sorrells after this short break on the RyanORadio Penitentiary. You guys are in lockdown. Stay with us. More on True Crime Thursday after this. All right, break time.
I don't know how I keep from coughing.
Well, you're doing well.
That's the pollen's making me coughy. I'm working for my first time out in my studio. I'm doing my radio show, so no, not like a radio studio. It's a paint studio, but it's also known as a she shed. So, I told my husband, I'm going out in my studio and do my show today. I think it'll work nice here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I like this space to talk.
It's quiet. You got everything in there. Yeah.
Got a mini fridge. Got a chair coming.
Uh-oh. A mini fridge.
Got a mini fridge. Got a little TV. It has a DVD player. I like Parks and Recreation, so I watch that over and over. Pretty curtains. And like I said, I just started painting this year, and I got paintings everywhere.
That's what.
He's like, you're not a painter, you're an artist.
There you go.
I guess. I wouldn't say that yet. I'm still uncomfortable with people looking at my work.
I got somebody.
To look at it.
I got somebody in my house that's doing the same thing. She's painting and everything, and she feels the same way. So, but she's doing well too. So it's a good, comfortable way of doing something and relaxing.
I'm learning. Well, I was a drawer. I can draw and photographs and all that, but it makes sense. I didn't realize you could paint colors in my picture.
Yeah.
Like without the painting number, little thing, paint all the yellows here. I happen to just love it. So I probably could have been doing it. I just didn't know I could do it. I only started because my friend was going and she can't paint, and I thought I'm gonna go watch her. It's talk about different wine and paint. Number one, she don't do wine or coffee, and she don't paint. I gotta watch this. And, I did pretty dang good on it. I was like, not even trying it. Well, her, you can't put down people who can't do things.
Right.
It's just like, she can paint, but look at mine. It looks like someone rolled over in the grass and fished all my flowers. So yeah, it opens up something there. God gives me the studio, space, light, and camera and action. So now I'll be doing my radio. I have a chair here coming in a few days. So, yay. Yeah, it's like, I can live in here. There's still be another thing over here. I can live in here. You have to go faster now.
Right. All right, we're getting ready to come back.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, 28 minutes past the hour. Welcome back in. 67 degrees under cloudy skies, rainy skies in the Atlanta, metro Atlanta area, across East Alabama and Tennessee and North Florida. Thank you guys for tuning in. And our poll question this morning, which of these killer women are the most dangerous? Casey Anthony's got 31% of the votes. Jodi Arias has got 23% of the votes. Lizzie Borton's only got 8% of the votes. And the Manson girls, 38% of the votes. Guys, get it there and vote and let us know. Seeing some school buses coming by this morning. This late? Wow, I don't know what's going on out there. But anyway, we are back with our guest. She's the author of The Birthday Bash, the book about her brother's unsolved homicide. And we talk about unsolved homicides in small town USA every single month with her, as well as our guest on the third Thursday of every month. But this one focuses in on Chambers County, Lee County, Alabama, and Troup County, Alabama, most of the times in those areas. This morning, we're talking about two different ends of the spectrum, from a working class family to a well-respected business owner and man in the community, which we're going to talk about right now, that his unsolved homicide happened this month. And of course, I've got my thoughts on this one. I feel like an ex-girlfriend and her boyfriend, who are still in the community there, were a part of this. But I'm not going to say any names. All right, let's get into it. We have Elizabeth Sorrells with us this morning. Let's get into our next unsolved homicide this morning.
I love how you tossed that in there. But that just goes to say that to this day, there were so many pointed out characters to this man's brutal murder.
Yes.
He had a lot of people, apparently.
He had a lot of enemies. Let's just say he had money. He was a businessman. He had a lot of stuff. Of course, he's going to have a lot of enemies because people are jealous of people that do things.
A hardworking man.
Yep.
I mean, you could see him from one spectrum, but I've looked into.
Nobody's perfect.
Come from money, though.
Right. Nobody's perfect.
That empire, So
right. Exactly.
He wouldn't built himself out
right.
of nothing. And
exactly.
It was, he's one of the Southern good old boys. He did that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I mean, so when I see him, I'm thinking, no, I don't think he deserved that.
Nobody does.
Got a fist punch to the face every so often.
Yeah, of course.
It happened to the days where you pulled your fist out and punched at people.
Exactly.
Not a shotgun blast to the chest, lady.
No, that's disgusting.
He
Yes.
was discovered dead on the morning of Thursday, April 21st, 1994, around 9:30 a.m. by his sister at his Double Oak Ranch residence in Chambers County. He was laying across his bed, shot, having been ambushed by someone who shot him from outside of his residence. 3 shots had been fired into his bedroom, striking him and killing him. 4 years later, a 62-year-old man, Officer Lee Blankenship, who was an employee of Dwayne, would go to trial June 16, 1998, for the murder. This trial was one of the most celebrated murder trials in Chambers County at that time of a 166-year history. The trial lasted 4 days, and every word of it was printed in the local paper. The Chambers County District Attorney Ray Clark argued Arthur had killed Dwayne for the simplest reason: he was mad at him. A conflict grew as a result of Arthur's diminishing role in the company. He'd been working for him for a long time. But he was once a foreman. He was getting older, in his 60s, I believe. And he lost that status due in part to a bad drinking habit, very bad drinking habit. The trouble came to a head on April 17, 1994, on a Sunday, the Sunday before Dwayne was killed. on Thursday, April 21st, all of this is public record, okay? So that Arthur had left his home in the early morning hours with a 12-gauge shotgun,
Right.
which would be introduced as evidence, the gun. He never denied owning such a gun. Forensics tests had shown similarities between pellets found at the crime scene and those tested after fired from his weapon, but I mean, I don't know how you can really positively identify shotgun pellets to a shotgun. So anyway,
I don't know. Yeah.
You know, that's good stuff going on over there in the state crime lab. But okay, now the defense is going to argue that no, Arthur wasn't mad that Dwayne's story was good to him, and that for decades Dwayne would have been the last person that Arthur would have wanted to see gone. And in my opinion, it's the same. He's an alcoholic. He's in his late 50s, 60s. He's not going to get another job. He's had all these DUIs and all these problems, and he has one means of income to buy the one thing he needs. So why would he take out his income?
True.
Yeah, I can see him. And if he's so drunk, I'm pretty sure it's 3 o'clock in the morning, he's not going to have the mentality to get out of bed and go and stalk a man and kill him,
Right.
For 3 or 4 hours. To me, anyway, his attorney argued when the case is over, we still won't know who killed Dwayne. The one thing we will know is that Arthur didn't do it. The defense managed to discredit testifying witnesses and the weapon, then began pointing out many others with motives that could have easily been the angry killer. Other contractors who had lost large bids to Dwayne, other employees who had been verbally reprimanded and fired by Dwayne. The second day of trial would be said was better off day for the defense and the prosecution. The state called its first witness of the day, a former lady friend of Dwayne, who was actually the last to see him alive. Being there, with him that night, leaving early morning before he was murdered later on, but she was the last to see him alive. And the employer, who was third in command for the asphalt company, so they called both the new foreman going to be and the lady friend. The jury took only 43 minutes to come back. That's less than an hour to come back with a not guilty verdict. So many believe that Arthur actually committed a crime, that the story of Dwayne died down to this day 30 years later. Dwayne was the only son and brother of 3 sisters, a father of 2 daughters, a hardworking and determined man, an accomplished businessman who created his own asphalt and grading business in 1975, Dwayne Story Asphalt Paving and Grading Contractor Incorporated. He had a workforce of 24 employees and was the only asphalt company of its kind in Chambers County, which I can promise you is still working today under a new name. Dwayne was referred to as the asphalt giant. Dwayne was also a cattle farmer. He recently completed that ranch, Double Oak Farm, was named Farm of Distinction at the 1993 Chambers County Farm City Awards. Dwayne was an avid sportsman and member of the Sportsman Club. But from my personal view, he adored and devotedly loved his family and friends. I mean, he was a family man. Many noted public statements were made. The district court judge at the time, Joe Holly, close friends of Dwayne, said that through his death, Dwayne taught what mattered in life, friends and family, and what a person could do to make a better community. And Lynette Mayer announced, sooner or later, lawmen will solve Story's murder. I write to you today with a heavy pen and a heavy heart. Everyone you talk to is anxious for the killer or killers of Dwayne Story to be arrested. His funeral was one of the largest, if not the largest, ever held in this area. Why? A lot of reasons. I think we all took a lot of pride in this young man's life, the savvy that he put into the business to make it so successful. He was one of us, and he knew that clearly that's the reason he came to the rescue so often of a poor soul who was in distress. He had just built himself a new home at his Rolling Hills Double Oak Farm. That farm is loaded with first-class cattle. He had big plans for the future. His company was about to have its biggest year ever. He was set to go, but for some reason, a coward came in the night, and in the span of a few seconds, took it all away. Somebody knows something. Tell the authorities. You will sleep better.
Wow.
I'm a little angry sometimes reading these cases.
I understand. I
You have to
understand.
walk out and stand in the rain, cool off. You know,
Yes, I understand.
Come on, people. You know, I've been remembering this since, I don't know, the 90s.
I know a lot of people have in that community.
These things don't go away.
Well, it don't.
I don't know if this case is going to be solved.
Nope.
I don't know.
It probably would never be solved because the people that are involved, he had too many people around him that knew him. He had too many competitors. He had too many people. He had a girlfriend here and there. And I'm not putting him down for that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is some of those girlfriends ended up benefiting from him by him having money and being able to do things in their lives. And they ended up having boyfriends that had things. And there's just so much going on around there. People have so many whispers of everything. And no, it's never going to get solved because here's a man with money that, most of the people, whatever, he deserves it because he used to be a butthole. Well, yeah, people can be buttholes, but I don't mean they deserve to die.
Some people look at that as business savvy. You know, you're going to ruffle some feathers when you outbid people. You're going to ruffle some feathers when you date more than one woman.
Yeah.
Break up with one and,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Or you're going to have a business partner who, or maybe even it's a poker game.
We had a lot of poker games there, and they still do.
Oh, I've heard of poker game. It was a poker high stakes business for business poker game, and somebody won it and somebody lost, and whoever won,
that's
lost,
believable.
Whoever lost won. That's
right.
I don't know. There's so many rumors with this one, and
but I thought they were all good Christian folks.
They're married, but
Wait a minute, I thought they were all hardworking, good Christian folks that were around there. They would never gamble or sell methamphetamine. Exactly. I never thought those good old boys would do that.
No, that's not for the people to know what goes on. We hunt, we fish.
Yeah.
Where's the fish? How many did you catch?
As an investigative reporter on my end, over years of being around all broadcast radio, including in that area, I know a lot of things that really go on there. And I guess that's why I'm left alone, because I do know exactly what goes on in some of them places. And
it can be a dangerous place. I mean, really, when these people, if you do it once and get away with it, sometimes you might have a feeling you can do it again.
Well, that's in just about every case. Yeah.
There's a lot of wells around here too. A lot of missing people we've never seen. Not a hat, no hair, not a tooth, not a nail, not a shoe. I guess the hungry animals eat their clothes.
They do. They actually do. They probably do.
Probably the wallet and the leather. But anywho, people just vanish. Boom. And in the middle of the day in the middle of the city, boom, like an alien took them. And the people who've seen something, I didn't see nothing.
Yeah, no, that's what I say at the beginning of this.
I was standing here looking, but I didn't see nothing.
A lot of times, and as a bad thing about it is a lot of those people are controlled by alcohol and drugs, because a lot of these same people are the ones producing the meth and selling the pot and selling the moonshine and the alcohol. So they're buying, that's their customers. So if their customers see something go on, they walk away because look, that's where I get my feed from. That's where I pay to get my stuff from. So, I'm not going to tell them.
Some of that does play in the part with some murder.
Yeah.
These two in particular, I think they both are. Yeah, I don't think Dwayne is a nefarious creature.
No. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the murderers.
Yeah, sometimes these people are affiliated in ways and things, and people who don't want you, it's a secret, and it's going to stay a secret, especially if only two people know that one of them's dead.
You know what I gathered from him? You know what I gathered from this? Dwayne's story was not a good old boy, because if he was a good old boy, he'd still be alive today. What I gather is he was a Southern man. He probably treated everybody with respect. He hired people that he shouldn't hire because that boy don't look like me. And he's like, I don't care who works for me. I like old so-and-so. He was just, yeah. So if he was a good old boy, he'd still be there.
Probably hired a lot of people that no one else would have hired.
Exactly. Well, he probably understood. He probably understood.
Some people are like, well,
because he's got a heart, because he's a good man.
You know, I think
He didn't
that's
have
better
to.
for the community to put them to work and let them show that they can do better and change, but not without a hand held. And he was the type that put his hand out. But come on, because I came where you come from. Let's get up.
Exactly. That's it right there.
You're not going to do it while you're working for me. Okay.
No, but he, yeah.
They come and go. And some stay for years and decades, and other ones don't last 2 days. Some of them walk off the job. My husband's like that. He's rough and straight, and he makes me cringe sometimes.
Yeah, but
I just sit there smiling like, I'm so sorry. How was your hamburger? Well, it wasn't good.
Well, you know,
Paying
it's
for something that is not good. It's burnt.
right.
You know, he's going to be that way, and some people like Dwayne.
Yep.
Be that way. You know?
No, they're not. Look, people who, and this is what I've always said, I've always dealt with people like that and got along with people like that, really liked them because just because they're rough and gruff and everything, if they're sitting there with 20 people around them working for them that they're cussing out, the reason those people are working for them is because they care enough to let them work for them because nobody else cares enough about them. Everybody else looks down upon them. They're not looking down upon them. They were just brought up by their daddies. Hey, get your butt out there and do so-and-so. That's just the way it was. And Dwayne was brought up that way. His parents probably say, you know, get your butt out there and work. So that's probably how he was. But he's the first one that if their lights were getting ready to be turned off, he's the first one to walk over and say, hey, here's money to pay for your utilities. Go ahead and get it taken care of. Here's some money for your kids for your kids' dentist. Here's some money for some food for tomorrow. He's the first person to do that. And those people went to work for him.
On his way to work, yeah, you know. He had to work. And in that process, he was doing all of that for this community, for he loved his family. I'm going to tell you, his daughters, he was just you see pictures of him, the biggest smile you'll see is when he's holding his kids.
He's not a good old boy. That's what it is. He's a Southern man. He was a Southern gentleman. He was a Southern gentleman, not a good old boy.
Most of the good men can do and have done, and we know of. But that still don't work. Dude, he sits up in his bed, rubbing his eyes, and right outside, boom, boom. He's in his house, in his bed, sitting up. They've been waiting. I feel like he was supposed to go out there earlier.
Yeah, could have been. Well, I tell you what, as always, it's great having you with us. It was great to get these stories out and get these people's names heard. Tell everybody how to follow you, how they get on your Facebook page, how to get on your homicide Facebook page, and all that good stuff.
Well, you can get the book if you want it anywhere online. And I'm on Facebook, of course, Elizabeth May Sorrells. And I have a homicide page, the Chambers County Homicide Survivors. It's a private group, but
right.
So I can maintain status of everyone, get along with everyone here. A page for support of the survivors and those seeking justice. And what was the other thing that I could give you?
Well, following.
You can email me at
yes.
The birthday bash at yahoo.com, and I will send you a book if you want one.
Do it.
Or you can just email me, say, hey, I check my emails probably twice a week. So, I have to delete all 3,000 of them. But yeah, I will get to it. So, and as
there you go.
I'm always so grateful for this opportunity and for anyone and everyone who's listening. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Shamika, for us.
Yes, really. Say her name, Shamika. Guys, we're going to take a break. We thank Elizabeth for being with us. She'll be back again next month. We're going to let her out on good behavior. Momentarily, ladies and gentlemen, we'll come back. We're going to get ready to close out this edition of the RyanORadio Penitentiary. We got a few more minutes left with you, so stay with us after the break. All right. Sounds great.
All right. That was fun. I got to run back in the house. It's raining, so I'm going to get wet after all. So.
All right. Well, have a good one.
I need to. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you next month.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you then.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Don't miss out on the chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-525-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston, CP Financial, your top
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken, right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Newton.
Keep your home safe with your skin inspections. A licensed and accredited professionals know exactly what to look for in order to prevent safety hazards and costly defects that may be found in your home. Ask about our free roof and termite inspections to ensure all areas are covered. Visit homescaninspector.com or send a text to 770-855-5678. Homescan Inspections, where knowing matters.
Hank Arnold here from Cowie the Force. Cowie the Force is Newman's own addiction recovery support center. We exist to provide recovery support services for individuals and family members who have been impacted by addiction. Our services are no cost. And all more information is available on our website at www.cowietheforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
Thank you. All right, let's share some wisdom together. Guys, if you want to get your song read and talked about and played a little bit, your favorite song, contact me at 99classicrock@gmail.com. You want to dive deeper into one of your favorite songs, Lyrical Wisdom can take care of that for you. Send it to me. All right, which of these killer women are the most dangerous on this True Crime Thursday? Casey Anthony's got 31% of the votes. Joni Aries has got 23% of the votes. The Manson girls are leading 38% of the votes. And Lizzie Borden's only got 8% of the votes. All right, well, we'll keep you abreast of what's going on with the Doomsday cult leader. I feel like he is a public speaker. It's going to come out that he kind of influenced all that, pushing the way a lot of YouTubers and podcasters, fakers are doing on the internet. Just like the people who thought that the end of the world was coming on Monday and the rapture because they were lying to you. Nothing happened. I keep telling you, don't listen to these people lying to you. Listen to news people. Listen to people like me that get real information. You got to stop listening. We got to push them away from the media so we can have stuff come back to the way it used to be. Down the middle like News Nation. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the AEW last night, Samoa Joe beat Dustin Rhodes. It was some night of Swerve attacking him. The bad guys, the Shane Taylor promotions defeated Jericho, Shimbabi, and Hook and all that kind of stuff. But the big thing was AEW all-in footage with between Jack Perry and CM Punk. And Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, the Young Bucks, talked about it. Their EVPs. They said they had to get rid of people because it was just their job and everything. And then FGR comes and they said just like they're going to have to get rid of his friends. They didn't bring CM Punk's name up, which was FTR. And FTR come out and did their promo on it. And I think in it, and of course Adam Copeland defended his TNT championship and defeated Petra, but other than that, it just was it's going to end on May 18th. Nope, not going to happen. Who said that? Who's saying it's going to end on May 18th? Oh my God. Another false prophet. And then when it comes and goes, what's going to happen? We're running people off from God by lying when they lie. We're running people off from the church by saying every 2 or 3 months the rapture is happening. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It wasn't that great. Tony Khan, you didn't do very well. You're going to ruin your business platform by pushing these narratives. CM Punk's in the other company, forget about it, move forward. Stop. If you were going to respond to it, you should have went on the MMA Hour with Ari and talked about it like he did. You think Nick Khan and Triple H is going to let CM Punk say it live on TV? No. They're not even going to acknowledge there's another company out there. Maybe TNA because they bring some of their people in, but they're not going to acknowledge AEW. They don't have time for it. No wonder MJF wants to leave and go over to WWE. All right. I don't know who's saying it's going to end on May 18th, Pete, but whoever it is, they don't know what they're talking about either. They just try to get more and more viewers, and that's disgusting in this world. It's disgusting how people follow these liars out there, these conspiracy nuts. There should only be one conspiracy nut out there, and that's Alex Jones. Because everybody on the right's like, well, we know he's a conspiracy nut, but we'll just let him sit over here. I mean, we know he likes who we like, but you sit over there in the corner, Alex, and let the rest of us talk. But the rest of them get on here going, the world's coming to the end. I'm going to read a Bible verse and say it and try to prove it's real. Please don't let them fool you. Please, just don't let them fool you. I mean, everybody was supposed to be raptured. And if you really believe people were raptured on Monday and you're still sitting there in front of your television at your house, maybe you need to look at some stuff you did wrong. And please stop doing it. Please stop pushing the false narratives out there because we're running people off. Can't remember the name of the pastor. Yeah, man. Geno Jennings will argue it all down. You guys, if you want to watch a pastor tell the truth, watch Geno Jennings. That's the one I like. He's not in it for the money. He's not going to tell you what you want to hear either. He's not going to pick sides, politicians. He's not going to pick sides on black and white. He's not going to pick sides on anything. He's just going to tell you what the Bible says. And he never called any of that out. So, but whoever it was, Pete, they don't know what they're talking about, bro. They're the same people this guy's the same person who probably told you the rapture was happening on Monday. And then, okay, since it didn't happen, it's going to wait till the 18th. That was just the beginning. May 19th. Well, whoever's saying it is false prophet. They're a false prophet. It's not going to happen. I see you laughing, Pete. It's a false prophet. It's not going to happen. Everybody thought, well, we'll wait to see Monday. And what happened on Monday? Nothing. Okay. Except for Elon Musk, who controls, Elon controls all the space shuttles and stuff. And then the government sending up there. It's his space shuttles going during that time. The guy that's on X saying, pay for X. Get your freedom of speech. Be a racist on X. And then we're going to move to Mars. Come on. The same guy that said that. Okay. Is the same guy supposedly doing that. Nothing happened. We will never know. There's quite a few saying it. Yeah, then those are liars. Share. Don't listen to them. I'm telling you now, they're just trying to make money off of people. They're like, subscribe, and share my page. On May 19th, everybody's going to be gone. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. They're just making money off of how many people are watching their pages and stuff. They don't care about us. So don't listen to them. So everything I've told you has come true, and everything they've told you is a lie. And the thing about it is, it's embarrassing that these people out lying and running the non-believers off. It's terrible. Elon is the Antichrist. You know what? I could probably believe that. We've been calling both former president and current president the Antichrist. I believe that more. He's using all of them. I don't know. It could be. But don't listen to them. They're lying. Nothing's going to happen on May 19th. And what's going to happen? They're going to run more people off from God. And we get mad because people want to say we're crazy because we believe in Jesus. And all they're doing is running people off from God. People not going to church. young people going, well, you know, all these crazy people think the end of the rapture's happening here and there, and every 2 or 3 months the rapture's happening. And we don't know when it is. We cannot predict it. And none of these people can predict it. And I know people that's on the fringe of society that nobody needs to be listening to because they're lying to us. They're just trying to get money from you and trying to get clicks. They're clickbaiters, false conspiracy theorists, because there's good conspiracy theory people out there that come up with ideas that are not harming our society. False conspiracy theorists, people on the fringe of our society, the edge of our society that are completely lying. When Alex Jones looks sane compared to all these people, and I'm not putting him down if you like him or whatever, I'm just saying when he looks sane, you know they're lying. So I wouldn't listen to anybody that's saying that. They're lying. If they're in a 3-piece suit, just because they're in a 3-piece suit, got a nice house, big old church or whatever, don't mean they're telling the truth. God gave them a chance to be in our society, and they decided, oh, I'm going to use it for wrong instead of right. Geno Jennings never said anything about this. You guys need to check him out. All right. They're liars. They're false prophets. It said it in the Bible that a lot of false prophets, we're going to call that out. So, because they predicted something was going to happen on Monday. Obama is not the Antichrist. Why? Because he's black. Obama's not the Antichrist. He's just somebody that is like the rest of them. All the politicians are being named that. Every time one of these presidents go in, every one of them. Clinton was the Antichrist. Obama, Bush, Trump, Biden. They're all Antichrist because they became leaders. And none of them really have been proven to be. I haven't seen anything in the Bible that proved any of those men were. You know, but Elon, he's closer to the Antichrist than any of them. I know people hate it. Where in the Bible is Obama's name mentioned? I'd never read Obama's name mentioned. Whoever's preaching that's lying. They just don't like him. And it's all right not to like somebody, but to falsely accuse these people. We're falsely accusing these people, and I don't think that's the right thing to do. I mean, I can't even say Elon is the Antichrist. It's funny that he kind of feels that way, and I can look at his point of view, but you know, falsely accusing these people, I'm not going to. Thou shalt not bear witness against my false neighbor. And look, every time we get a president, and whoever comes in next, and look, if so happens that neither Trump or Biden's president next go around and somebody else is taking over, that person's going to be called the Antichrist. Well, it was between Trump and Biden, and then all of a sudden Kamala's in or RFK Jr. is in or whatever. They've got to be the Antichrist. It's just our society. Don't listen to false prophets. They are lying, guys. Back in a moment, or back tomorrow morning, more on the RyanORadio Penitentiary. All right, guys, we thank you for entering the poll. We appreciate you tuning in this morning. We're going to get out of here. We got some great shows coming up for you. I'll look it up and see, but I doubt that everybody wants to. They just want to say that because they didn't like it. And it's all right not to like him if you don't like him. I mean, I don't care whether you like. I don't care whether people like him or don't like him, or like Trump and don't like Trump, like Biden, don't like Biden. That's fine. That's normal. But never read that either. Elon has the masses, but past that, no idea. Yep. I mean, every time we get a president, they become the Antichrist. They're all bad guys. They've all done some bad things, but I've never really seen them. I mean, there's more people that worship a lot of other people more than nobody ever worshiped Biden. I mean, not Biden, but Obama. But I'll look it up and see, but I seriously doubt it. Don't listen to false prophets. They're lying because they just don't like somebody, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We'll have a great show tomorrow. You guys have a great day.